Dragon Ball getting stronger from signing in Chapter 181 to 200. Chapter 181 Siblings join forces, I have the world. And with the elimination of the 9th Cosmos trial, it left a deep impression on the hearts of all participating Cosmos players. Although before the game, the gods of destruction of each family had said that if they lost, they would be eliminated by Lord Quanwang. But hearing and seeing are two different things. The shock of what you see with your own eyes is far more shocking than what you hear. Be sure to eliminate your opponent. At this moment, no matter which universe it is, there is only one thought in my heart. Fight to survive. Although the 1st, 5th, 8th, and 12th universes will not be eliminated, the god of destruction of these 4. He didn't tell his players about this. Because in this way, these players will not fight with all their strength, which is also what the Grand Priest does not want to see. So under the white lie, the 4 universes are also fighting with all their strength. Everyone was a little tough when they started. Once they encounter other universes, they will directly kill them and use all means to eliminate them. 2 of Universe 8's players were secretly attacked by Frieza, and then led the rest of them to Topo. Over there. Sure enough, Topo 11 did not live up to Frieza's expectations, and quickly fought with the 8th universe. Although the civilization of the 8th universe is relatively advanced, except for the god of destruction Ligel and Rhodamandus, his player strength is not too strong, and he has barely reached the strength of the 3rd stage of Super Saiyan. Seeing the angry face of Ligel, Yume didn't say much. The other party was indeed eliminated by his people. It is useless to say anything now, the conflict has been settled. At the 10th minute of the game, the voice of the Great Priest sounded again. All the players of the Cross Universe have been eliminated. Quote. All the players in the 12th universe are eliminated. It was really shocking to eliminate 2 universes in a row. It turned out that the 10th and 12th universes were misled by sister and brother number 18, and the 2 universes were directly put together, and the result was 10th universe was eliminated by Universe 12th. However, the 12th universe was also greatly damaged, and the god of destruction Jin was eliminated by the joint efforts of number 18 and number 17. Out. The remaining 2 players from Universe 12 were also eliminated by this pair of siblings. Then both universes were eliminated almost simultaneously. However, to the surprise of the other players, everyone in the 10th universe except Angel Kes was killed. The whole king is cleared. The 12th universe continued to stay and watch the battle, as if it had not been greatly affected. Although he didn't understand what was going on, the rest of the universe didn't have time to think about it, because the situation was no longer his turn. What do you think? Chumo still didn't move. And Rhodamandus and Minos didn't move either. The 3 are still facing each other, only the existence of each other in their eyes. The surrounding of the 3 seemed to be another invisible wall, blocking the rest of the players. Except for the god of destruction, no. People can get close to 100 meters. Of course, the other gods of destruction knew and would not disturb their battles. After solving the 12th universe, the 18th and 17th continued to rush to the 4th universe. At this time, Quatra, the god of destruction in the 4th universe, was fighting with Beerus, and the 2 were dissatisfied with each other. Bad god, it's hard to tell. Looking at the players from Universe 7 rushing towards him, Ganos, the Universe 4's cosmic man, had a look on his face. With a sneer, he turned around and said to his teammates, Lord Keetra has explained that if you encounter someone from the 7th universe, those people, just kill them directly. Now is the time to show our strength. Chayasa, Mona, you. We were on the side to assist, and everyone rushed over with me. Hey, it's time to show them the power of the 4th universe. The person who spoke was a cosmic man with a wolf-headed human body. His green mane stood up like the tip of a needle, and it was bleak. The sharp teeth sharpened the cold light of the malaise. It was the despicable Xiaoxia. In the anime, he deceived number 18 and almost eliminated number 18. But things are different now. On the 18th and 17th, seeing the movements of the fourth universe players, a biting cold appeared on their expressionless faces. Meaning, "Sister, why don't we compare? Let's see which of us beat those guys in the fourth universe first. If I win, you don't need to force me on a blind date." The azure blue pupils flickered with a faint cold light, and number 17 said to number 18. "No." 18 feet's pretty face giggled and said, "Take care of yourself, don't be beaten down. If you lose, I want to see my little nephew next year." "No." 17 shrugged his shoulders mortally. At this time, the person who looked at the fourth universe on the 18th suddenly said, "Number 17, do you feel strange, the fourth universe? There are only 8 contestants in such an important competition, and it is impossible for the contestants to gather together. The only explanation is that the other 2 members have the undetectable special ability to evade all human perception." "No." 17 understood the meaning of number 18 feet's words, and said coldly, "I can't control that much, let's beat those 8 people down first." "Say it again." The 2 stepped forward quickly, and the figure has gradually become blurred. The next second, he quickly appeared in front of the fourth universe personnel. As long as the strength is strong enough, there is no fear of sneak attack. 990 Keitra laughed when he saw the movements of number 18 and number 17. "Hey, 2 people dare to rush over. Beerus, you guys are too arrogant." Keitra was very proud, and seemed to be sighing at the stupid actions of the 7th universe. But the next moment, his expression froze. "I saw number 18 Ma currently first arrived in front of the 4th universe player. Then press both hands horizontally. Make a fist." The sky-splitting attack suddenly erupted, a dazzling light flashed on the tip of the fist, and the air trembled violently. Shaking and groaning, the endless energy brought the storm to roll over. Those players who rushed to the front bore the brunt of the brunt, and when they came into contact with the crushing attack, it was too late to do it. What's the reaction? Bang bang bang. Illusory afterimages danced in the sky, destructive, and the strong storm made them lose their center of gravity. Fell down. This is impossible, how can there be such a master in the 7th universe? The sudden change terrified everyone, and Keitra was even more stunned, and his eyes almost popped out. Come. It is almost comparable to the god of destruction who just broke through. Remember me. Chapter 182. There is only one fourth universe left. But it all happened so fast that he didn't have time to react at all. People of the fourth universe, you can all go down. The icy voice suddenly sounded, and Ganos from the fourth universe turned around and found a beautiful face in shock. Egg appeared in front of him. 17 jumps up, hands in the bag, and lifts his leg. The huge foot force had already hit Ganos on the head. The movements are freehand, and it doesn't seem to take much effort. Woohoo! The air froze for a while, and the delayed whirlwind suddenly spread out in all directions. Huh! Ganos' mouth had a fishy taste, and then his whole body shot straight towards the hard like a cannonball. Smashed to the ground. Boom! A deafening crash resounded through the eardrums. Rough cracks appeared in the ring, and Ganos' entire body did not go under the ring. Seeing this situation, Quatra, the god of destruction in the fourth universe, was stunned, and he shouted in disbelief. Dao, impossible, how can there be such a master in the seventh universe? Idiot. Care about this. Seeing that the old man is distracted by the 970 hand, he immediately speeds up the attack and makes Ketra unable to do so. Red distract from the battle of the fourth universe. Suddenly, the god of destruction Ketra's face darkened, and a cold light flashed in his eyes, and he angrily moved towards. God of destruction, shouted, Beerus, don't be too complacent, I'm going to eliminate you. Can you do it? Are you my opponent now? It's really weak, your player is afraid that even the realm of the gods didn't reach it. No, strictly speaking, I am afraid that it is not even the level of the Super Saiyan god of Sun Wukong. Beerus pouted in disdain, and kicked Keitra with both legs. Then he smiled triumphantly at Keitra. I said long ago that after the game starts, you can't even laugh. Come, how is it? Isn't it a surprise? The good show is yet to come. The people of the fourth universe will be taken by my people. Hit one down. In fact, I really admire you. You dare to send those shrimp soldiers and crab generals to such an important game. Field. You just wait for despair. Bizons laughed arrogantly. The two siblings on the 18th alone are enough to crush the fourth universe. Number 18, hurry up and beat down the people of the fourth universe. Beerus shouted loudly towards number 18, he glanced defiantly at Keitra. Keitra's complexion was iron-like at this moment, the cold light flashed, and the boiling anger continued to burn. Damon, Gammy Solace, it's your turn to take action and teach the people of the seventh universe a good lesson. Originally, Damon and Gammy Solace were regarded as the last trump card by Keitra, and it was the key to Keitra's decision to win or lose. But the strength of the seventh universe exceeded his expectations, and now he has to use it in advance. If they are not allowed to take action, the people of the fourth universe will really be cleaned up. But, unfortunately, Keitra's plan failed. Damon and Gammy Solace were still a step behind. The siblings on the 18th were too cruel and too fast. In the blink of an eye, there are only 3 people left in the fourth universe. It is the god of destruction, Quatra, and Damon, who is so small that he is almost invisible. The rest of the Gammy Solace. The rest of the players were cleanly defeated by the number 18 siblings. Most of the special ability guys in the fourth universe, especially Sailor Moon Garvey, Talisman Dactyli. Before the powerful special ability could be exerted, it was beaten out by the more beautiful beauty on the 18th. Go, eliminated. However, the rest of Damon and Gammy Solace are of little use. Under the bombardment of number 18 siblings, Damon was innocently blasted out of the ring by the messy energy and eliminated. Gammy Solace is even more tragic, stealth to hide his breath, all are very powerful skills, but BBAE himself. The strength is too poor. Was actually hit by the turbulent energy bomb on the 17th, and was eliminated with a dazed expression. There is only one Keitra left in the fourth universe, and he was beaten by Beerus, and he lost and turned into victory. Last chance. Beerus would not let this old rival go. The strength of the two brothers and sisters on the 18th naturally amazed these players, and they avoided them for a while. Wow, it's so amazing, I can't see clearly. It's so exciting. King Jaeon sat on the throne, dancing and watching the battle below. Although he couldn't see the details below clearly, the constant burst of sound and the rising fire were mixed in. Together, bring him visual and auditory enjoyment. King Kwan is very simple, as long as he is happy, everything will be great. The great priest paid attention to King Kwan's expression, nodded with a smile, and announced to everyone, please continue the battle. Lord Kwanwang is very satisfied with your performance. It is of course the best if Lord Kwanwang is satisfied. Brienne, bring a show full of love to Lord Kwanwang. The only female god of destruction, Hellas, shouted at his own members. In an instant, those beautiful girls in the second universe began to transform. But when they were transformed, the rest of the players felt a chill. The original beautiful girl has transformed into a fat pear with 5 big and 3 thick. From a distance it looks like a ball. Ah, what the hell, where is this ugly thing coming from? Beerus took a deep breath. My Nima, Teletubbies. Chumo was so shocked that he almost fell off the pillar, so he quickly stabilized his mind and didn't give these two opponents a chance. Whirlwind suddenly rose from the chaotic ring. Brian and other Cosmos Sailor Moon curled up into a ball, and then looked like a bowling ball. They went on a rampage like this, and all the people they hit were thrown out. Ha ha ha, this is a big explosion of love. Wow, it's so beautiful. Fuck, where are these disgusting guys from? Seeing these girls pick up a Qigong wave and knock out a cosmic person, Vegeta is seeing the second word. Goosebumps arose all over the body after the members of Joe's actions. But by coincidence, a Teletubbies, named Brian was rushing towards him. Vegeta felt a chill, only felt the chrysanthemum tighten, and unconsciously raised her power directly to the Super Blue stage. The ultimate flash. Vegeta roared. The surging energy surged out from between the palms, like a soaring dragon, directly hitting Brian's body. Say, net, remember me. Chapter 183 Kevlar. Bang. The endless smoke filled up, and Brian stopped in front of Vegeta. Disgusting guy, disappear as soon as possible for me. Vegeta felt a chill in her heart. She waved her hand again, blocked Brian's whole body, and then headed towards the ring. Boom outside. Oh no, it's so rude for the savage man in the 7th universe to throw the beautiful Brian down. Like the neurotic Egyptian goddess of destruction, Hela's, clutching her forehead sadly. Look. Brian. Another woman named Rogi in the 2nd universe shouted angrily and charged directly towards Vegeta. But just halfway through, a cold wind hit from the side, but it was a fist when you looked closely. Rogi's expression was stunned for a while, her fists kept expanding, and Frieza's attack hit her directly. Bang! The huge force penetrated through Rogi's body, and it was like a gunpowder explosion, which blew her whole body out. Also fell off the field. Oh, it's really unbelievable. Frieza said with a sneer, it was too simple. Hey, bastard, who let you shoot? It's a waste of my time. Vegeta said coldly. He has always been dissatisfied with Frieza. After speaking, he aimed at the target and continued to attack the remaining members of the 2nd universe. Since the people of the 2nd universe are so easy to fight, of course Vegeta will not let them go. So the blue light kept flickering, and the ground kept collapsing everywhere, accompanied by a violent explosion. The 2nd universe suddenly fell into a desperate situation. Seeing that the members of the 2nd universe were beaten one by one, the god of destruction Hellas couldn't stand it any longer, and his face was gloomy. Lang said to Beerus, Beerus, your 7th universe players are too much, look straight at you. What do my people intend to mean? Beerus the god of destruction, hey, who cares what other gods of destruction think, and he is destroying Beerus. The popularity among gods is not that great, and it doesn't matter if one more offends one. Hellas, you can only blame yourself for being useless. Tell me what. Good. The god of destruction Hellas' face darkened, and a cold light flashed in his eyes. She remembered this hatred. Humph. Of destruction in battle, glared at him not to be outdone. 1 minute, second of time passed, the weaker players all fell off the field, and the 120 players quickly. With less than half remaining, it can be said that these remaining players who are still standing on the field are elites. Ha! The void wrinkled, and the sound of air blasting suddenly sounded on the field. Sun Wuhan's opponent is a metal man in the 8th universe. His whole body is shining with the light of alloy material. Fan's attack landed on him, and a spark of metal collision suddenly erupted. After retreating several dozen meters in a row, Sun Wufan roared, fiery red flames bursting out of his body, and then a thud. The whirlwind rises and fights with the metal man. Bang, bang, bang. Countless afterimages are still visible, only the slight distortion of the air can be seen, but the specific battle cannot be captured. The process of. Farther away, Piccolo was facing a whole-body blue spaceman. That's a jelly-like mass. The special life is the transformation warrior Magyuka of the 3rd universe. He has the extraordinary ability to change the shape of his body. Ability, similar to Majin Buu in immortality. But obviously, he is not the opponent of Bic now. In a corner of the huge spinning ring, Carafla and Kel looked like a long time had passed. The two people get together to discuss. Kale, let's use the earrings of Lord Kaiwangshan to knock down those pesky guys. Okay, sister. Kale whispered in a low voice. Even if she reached the super blue strength, her voice was still so weak. Khalifa stared at her round eyes and patted Kale's shoulder cheerfully. That's the decision. Let's get together now. The Patara earrings have a strong fit and are suitable for use now. So, after putting on 2 earrings, a wild girl with long black hair appeared. Ha ha ha, my name is Kefla, woohoo, it's so strong, I feel like my whole body is full of power. Exclamation mark quote. Feeling intoxicated by the turbulent power in his body, Kefla let out a roar of excitement. The energy burst out suddenly. Ask for flowers. Suddenly, the entire Euro ring trembled, and I saw a grass-green light soaring into the sky. Fula roared into the legendary Super Saiyan form. Super Saiyan Blue level Super Saiyan, seems to have broken the limitations of mortals in terms of strength, just like the Golden Frieza at the beginning, the realm has not yet reached the realm of God, but the power is completely reached. Kefla is ecstatic to show her strength, but she doesn't know that her actions have made her a success. Targeted. Sometimes if you are too arrogant, it will only attract countless people's attacks. That woman is too arrogant. Go and beat that guy down. The warriors of several universes are connected together, and they seem to be dissatisfied with Kefla's performance, but in fact they feel that Kaifu Pole is a scourge. It cannot be defeated by the strength of one person alone, so they all join hands together. So a group of people turned the gun heads and pushed towards Kefla. Facing the posture of several people joining forces, Kefla didn't mean to be afraid at all, and his attitude was even more assertive. So many people besiege her, isn't it precisely because she is powerful? He shouted, wow, we have joined forces, come on, let you see how powerful I am, and eliminate you all. This woman has a sick mind. Either crazy or stupid. Come on. 4 or 5 universes joined hands to attack, and surrounded Kefla from different angles. In the face of several attacks, Kefla seems to have forgotten that he was participating in the war on behalf of the 6th universe. She just wanted to show her power. When the huge mushroom cloud rose, the clear and charming laughter continued to sound, and Kefla laughed. Keep jumping up and down, just don't beat others down. Hey, hurry up and shoot people down, or else you will have a good time when you go back. Shankpa couldn't stand it any longer, came to Kefla's side, and hit her on the head with an explosive chestnut. Hey. Kefla rubbed his head and smiled playfully. Juan, thank you for visiting 5G Small. Chapter 184 The Strongest Human, Jiren. Shankpa rolled his eyes speechlessly, looked around, and raised his eyebrows slightly. At some point, there were 6 or 7 strange-looking cosmic beings around the two of them. Facing the situation of being surrounded, Shankpa said to Kefla, hurry up and beat them down. Annoying. Okay. Kefla clapped her palm, and suddenly, the invisible air pressure swept out, and the ground sank a little. Next, the battle begins. With the continuous rise of energy waves of various colors, the destructive battle will be fought. The Bureau brought into a stage of fire like tea. Here, Sun Wukong kept scanning, observing the situation on the ring. Soon, his eyes appeared on Jiren in the 11th universe, the strongest opponent in the anime, We met before halfway through the game. 263. He is Jillian, as Chumo said, the strongest person in the 11th universe. Sun Wukong was very excited, he felt that Jiren was his opponent. At this time, Jiren stood there so quietly, as if an invisible barrier of terror had been built around him. No enemy dared to approach, very similar to Chumo's confrontation. Jiren, just let me test how strong you are. The corner of Sun Wukong's mouth raised slightly, and he walked towards Jiren's position step by step. Seeing Sun Wukong coming, Jiren's calm eyes finally appeared, a strange color. He is very aware of his own strength. Just standing here, there are more than a dozen players from other universes who have watched. He came over, but was suppressed by the momentum on his body, and he left here unconsciously. No one has dared to come over like this, but the players of Universe 7 are really different. When he looked at Sun Wukong, his fists began to clench. This is a formidable opponent. Originally, Jillian regarded Chumo as the strongest opponent, but Chumo's opening hand made Jillian have no idea. Grip, so he was waiting, hoping that he could meet one opponent one by one, and then make a further breakthrough. Originally he thought that it would be Beerus, the god of destruction, but now it seems that there are other things in the 7th universe. A strong man under Beerus. Just when Sun Wukong and Jillian were less than 20 meters away, a figure suddenly appeared, facing Jillian. It's a kick. You are so arrogant. You dare to eliminate our 8th universe. The shadow yelled and kicked it. Before kicking Jiren glared sharply. With just one look, this dark shadow seems to be affected by. When it came to a violent invisible attack, it shot back in an instant. Hey! With a sound, the shadow flew directly to the ring and was eliminated directly. So far, there are only 3 people left in the 8th universe, including Ligil. As expected of Jiren, he eliminated an opponent with just one look. Kai, the Rome god of Universe 11, looked at this scene and said proudly. In the arena at this time, Sun Wukong and Jiren seemed to be in another space, and other disputes followed them. No relationship. Jillian, let me be your opponent. Sun Wukong said excitedly. And Jiren didn't react, just stared straight at Sun Wukong. That look didn't seem to take Sun Wukong to heart, or that his mind was still on the 3 pillars. On a guy. Only these 3 currently surpass Jiren's strength, so he is not sure. Looking at Jiren's eyes, Sun Wukong didn't mind, the strong have their own personalities. The corner of Sun Wukong's mouth raised, since this is the case, let you face me. The figure burst out suddenly, with a blue light on his fist, and slammed directly towards Jiren. Bang! Sun Wukong's fist blasted the air, directly hitting Jiren's forehead. However, Jiren remained motionless, not even blinking an eye, still looking cold. Damn it, I won't change, I just said that this product has made progress, and now I'm proud of it again. Chumo squinted at Sun Wukong's punch. It can be seen that it only used less than half of its power. Then Chumo wanted to ask Jillian, if you haven't blinked your eyes for so long, are your eyes dry? It's not worth it for so long without blinking in order to pretend. Seeing Chumo seems to be distracted, but it doesn't seem to be. Radamantis and Minos couldn't help but want to attack, but seeing the sneer at the corner of Chumo's mouth, it seemed that fooling them. I didn't dare to move again. Chumo at this time however, he did not intend to elevate himself to the form of the ultimate free will. His whole body was full of flaws, and he seemed to have no power. There are flaws. Just like Weiss, he is usually in the state of extreme freedom, and his body is completely relaxed. The 2 of Minos looked at each other, but still did not move, and the 3 continued to stalemate. Sure enough. Sun Wukong did a backflip, his body directly retreated 10 meters away, and his eyes were fixed on Jiren. Ah, ha. Upon landing, Sun Wukong immediately roared, and the blue arrogance of his whole body skyrocketed. Seeing that Sun Wukong began to explode with all his strength, Jiren finally became serious, and a sharp light flashed in his eyes. In the next second, except for the pillars, the entire arena began to tremble, a burst of a mighty wave like a. The sharp blade was raging in all directions. Shish! Players within a range of several dozen meters suddenly fled in a panic, and even many hidden players were unable to escape. The law is hidden again. The whole arena is shaking. Is this what Chumo did? No, it's not Chumo, it's another guy. It's a contestant from Universe 11, and it's even stronger than Yume. Several gods of destruction were suddenly shocked, and even Ligil, who was fighting with Wei Meido, was surprised. 0.7 inches. I don't think there is such a strong guy in the 11th universe, I'm afraid you can't help him. Ligil sneered. Wei Mei smiled, even if he's better than me, so what, he's mine. The 2 gods fought fiercely again, and the surroundings suddenly seemed to be a vacuum, not to mention other players, just. Not even the other gods of destruction want to get close. The battle between the gods of destruction is not so simple. Even if the third party is also the god of destruction, it will be directly punished. Swept in. Soon, not only the entire arena was shaking, but even the boundless world began to shake, and everyone turned their attention to Jiren. Strong. It's so strong. Some players in the universe are beginning to despair. Such opponents, they have no chance to win, thanks to visiting 5G small network. Remember me. Chapter 185 Fighting with the sixth floor of the Realm of Gods. Interesting. This guy's breath just now is no weaker than Yume. This is not his full strength. Chumo narrowed his eyes and said suddenly. Hey, you two are going to continue to stalemate with me. Rhadamandus, right, your 8th universe is. You and Ligil are left, you don't want to take revenge. It seems that the guys from 11 universe were eliminated. The words made Rhadamandus, who was wearing a mask, silent. Indeed, as a person from the 8th universe, he must avenge his own people no matter what. Void Minnows sneered, your mouth is indeed powerful, but what if you don't have this guy? You are not my opponent either. Then why don't you come? Come here if you have the ability. Chumo said disdainfully. Come here if you have the ability, and see if I don't kill you. Minnows challenged. Chumo coldly smiled, and his body disappeared directly. The phantom minnows also flashed and disappeared. In an instant, the two of them disappeared at the same time, and only the sound of booming, fierce fighting could be heard continuously. One after another powerful explosions rose from the same place, and as the two fought, the entire world of nowhere seemed to be affected. When the impact is reached, it is followed by a trembling vibration. Several unlucky players were directly stunned by the air waves of the two, and then flew out of the ring. Boom! A bright light flashed by, and the void suddenly collapsed inward, and then shattered violently. For a time, the arena was violently torn and pushed by an outward force, and soon the depths of the deep void. A spiral broken zone was blasted open. This is the power of the 6th layer of the realm of the gods. Although Chumo is only the 5th floor, his strength is not weaker than the 6th floor. 7th floor. Even higher. With a bang, Chumo and Minnows collided again, and then stood hundreds of meters apart from each other. Now, the warm-up activities are over, from the previous collision with each other, although they have reached the point, but he has roughly grasped the opponent's level. With a sound of shoo, 2 lightning bolts shot straight out and shot towards each other. Bang! Down-pointing arrow. Deafening. The violent collision disturbed the entire competition venue. Chumo and Minnows fought each other with one blow. Take countless steps back. Afterwards, they looked at each other, both showing fear and shock. Before you hid. After a long silence, Minnows said in a deep voice. To think that Chumo's opening move was all his strength, but he didn't expect it, not yet. You too. Chumo was also staring at Minnows. The strength of this guy is definitely not inferior to that of Weiss. Even if it is one-on-one, he has only a 60% chance of winning. In the audience, all the gods and people have been dumbfounded. Looking at the terrifying effect of Chumo's battle with Minnows, he couldn't help swallowing. It's terrible, any random blow from the two of them on them is enough to shake them into powder. Broken bones. Chumo and Minnows started a confrontation again, but this time no one dared to approach the 100-meter range of the two. Rhadamandus flashed and came to Ligil, the god of destruction in the 8th universe, and looked deliciously. You go and deal with players from other universes, he handed it to me. Okay. Ligier began to attack Topo. Topo was not a god of destruction, so naturally his strength could not be compared with Ligil, and he soon fell behind. Jiren saw that Topo was not an opponent, and immediately ran over to block, but suddenly a fast black shadow blocked his body, but it was a guy who looked like Beerus. An adult-like opponent. I'll deal with you by Tispo. After speaking, the figure began to fly around Sun Wukong. Bang! Jiren punched Ligier directly, and the two were directly knocked out by each other's power. He gave it to me, you go to deal with the crab head over there, Tispo is not his opponent. Jiren said to Topo. No problem. After speaking, Topo rushed towards Sun Wukong. Seeing Topo appear, Tispo stopped wisely and handed Sun Wukong to him. Boring, get me down. Topo punched Sun Wukong directly. Watching the huge fist fly, Sun Wukong also punched the past. Bang. The next second, the two were directly shocked by the other side. However, Sun Wukong retreated farther, and his feet directly wiped the arena surface to draw a distance of dozens of meters, a burst of gunpowder smoke. Burn marks. You are so powerful. Sun Wukong looked at Topo with excitement in his eyes. This Topo is definitely no worse than his super blue state. Bang, bang, bang. The fists of the two kept touching each other, and the powerful airwaves scared the opponents from other universes to the point of being too afraid to rely on. Too close. How can you be such a formidable opponent again? Beeps, even if I'm going to be eliminated, I'll take you into the water. Kitra had a gloomy face, because the strength was similar to that of Beps, and the two gods were covered with scars at the moment. Do you still have that power? A bag of 220 on his head, Beerus punched Kitra hard in the stomach. Yuck. Kitra was in pain for a while, her eyeballs bulged out, and her sinister expression flashed, and she quickly moved towards Bisson's. Attack the past. Facing Kitra's attack, Beerus snorted coldly, his face was sullen, his body leaned slightly, and he suddenly stretched out his hand. He grabbed Kitra's tail and threw him out. Then, before Kitra has landed, immediately move over to accurately come to the trajectory of Kitra's flight. Then grinned and raised his arms. Unceremoniously, they put their fists on Kitra's body. I didn't have a chance before, but I wanted to beat you up so hard. The two sides with similar strength, once they get the upper hand, it will be a fierce fight. Beerus struck with a ferociously hammered blow, and Kitra was stunned and turned his head early. Suddenly Beerus noticed that they were near the edge of the ring, and his eyes suddenly lit up. Then he immediately lifted Kitra's ear and threw him out. Damn! Without caring behind him, Kitra roared, and a Qigong wave blasted towards Bisson's. Strangely enough, Beerus couldn't dodge, and he was about to be hit by the Qigong wave. Kitra shuddered and subconsciously felt that something was wrong. Thanks for visiting the 5G Small. Chapter 186 Fourth Universe, Lose. Good opportunity. While Kitra was absent-minded, Beerus cried out in his heart. He didn't avoid Kitra's Qigong wave, but resisted head-on, punched with both hands, and slammed it directly. Rumbling, a violent sound exploded. Kitra was caught off guard and took 2 steps back. But when he stepped back with 1 foot, he knew something was wrong. Aside from Beerus thrust toward him, he actually stepped in the air. Ha ha, let me out. Bisons laughed and coughed up blood while speaking, but he still looked very happy. Beerus increased his strength and pushed Kitra out of the ring. Kitra's complexion suddenly changed, but before he could react, he confronted him head-on. Ruth's ruthless golden pupils. Oops. Crack, in his heart, Kitra secretly said that it was bad. Come down to me. Beerus looked at Kitra indifferently, crossed his palms together, and used the energy of his whole body to send out Qigong waves. Time, the incomparably powerful energy spewed out, like a demon beast roaring angrily, directly slamming in. Kitra's body completely sent him into the depths of the black abyss. Damn, Beerus you bastard 263. Kitra was still cursing. But the inexhaustible energy has drowned him, and the sound has gradually become inaudible. Huh. Kitra's figure disappeared into the boundless realm, and then returned to the stand in an instant. Knowing that he was eliminated by Beerus, Kitra's anger surged, and his entire face flushed red. Damn, I lost to that bastard Beerus because of the bad layout. Kitra is not reconciled. If it is a 1-on-1 battle, he may not lose to Beps, but because of situation and field issues lost the game. All members of the fourth universe are eliminated. With the High Priest's pronouncement, no matter how much dissatisfaction Ketla has, it will not help. Clear. With the sound of King Quan, the little hand raised, the golden light flashed, and the fourth universe, except for the angels, disappeared. Lost. 4 of the 12 universes have disappeared, and the remaining situation is getting more and more serious, and only the number of people is left. Less than 1/3. Soon, the god of destruction in Universe 11 was swept away by Rhodamandus. Although Yume is already at the peak of the 5th floor of the god realm, Bebaj, facing Rhodamandus on the 6th floor, it is still not enough. Is invincible. However, although Yume was eliminated, Ligier followed suit and was directly kicked out by Jiren. Followed by being eliminated. The god of destruction from both universes was eliminated, which shocked the other players. After defeating Keitra, Beerus took a deep breath. But before he could rest, another figure entered his sight. Beerus, you don't seem to be in a good condition right now. Seeing Beerus' bruised face, Alec, the god of destruction of Universe 5, sneered. Seeing the 5th universe god of destruction that suddenly appeared, Beerus' face became gloomy and cold, and his 2 eyes released a cold glow. Fiercely, even if I'm not in good shape, it's not that easy to beat me. Oh, that's hard to say. Alec sneered, and suddenly the attack started without warning. I saw a red light suddenly lit up in his hand, like a goddess scattered flowers, and countless energy bombs flew into the air. He got up and attacked Bizons. Asshole. Beerus' body retreated. Seeing the opponent's attack approaching him a little bit, Beerus' face became even more gloomy. With an angry roar, the body that had just finished fighting with Keitra and had not had time to recover broke out again. Amazing energy. The toes are a little forward, and the whole person is like a shooting star, moving backwards quickly. Boom. Powerful fireballs shot up into the sky like meteors falling to the ground, constantly bombarding Beerus' body. We don't have many people in the 5th universe, your 7th universe has eliminated many of us, and it's time to arrive. You. Alak gave a strange laugh, his body dodged a few times, and he followed Beerus' figure. Urok, I promise you'll regret it. Beerus gritted his teeth in hatred, but in this situation, no one could help him. Oh, these guys are really messing up, fighting each other. Now it's alright, this guy Beps is in this kind of situation. No one helped him. And said. Loud wind. Bizons kept waving his arms and engaged in a fierce battle with Urok. At this time, the movements of the two surpassed the speed of light. Bang. 2 punches. With the unpretentious collision, Beerus and Alec both retreated directly. After exiting a distance of tens of meters, they quickly dived together again. The battle between the gods of destruction is extremely fierce, and many people can't see the specific battle process at all. A number of dazzling light balls continue to emerge. And then quickly disappeared again. Bang, bang, bang. After the collision, the world of nothing seems to be torn apart, and the endless whirlwind spreads in all directions. Extend. Hiss. Bang bang bang. A twisted ball of impact light kept appearing. Beerus' hard fist landed on Urok's face, and Urok was not to be outdone, and his fist hit Beerus hard. Ruth's stomach. Then raise your legs and kick Beerus away. Wow. The two disappeared at the same time and appeared again. I saw sweat and blood dripping continuously, and the condition of both of them was not very good. Breathing each other, looking at each other. Hey, Yarok, your fists aren't hard enough. Hoo-hoo, it's enough to hit you. Alak looked coldly at Beps. He didn't expect that Beerus was so miserable, yet still so powerful. If you want to beat me, you are still dreaming. Beerus let out a loud roar and fought Urok with 1 punch and 1 punch. However, Beerus, who was consuming too much physical strength, was still at a disadvantage. At this time, in the 7th universe, Whis frowned slightly as he stared at the battle between Beerus and Urok. Well, Beerus-sama's situation is very bad. Weiss, do you mean Beerus-sama will lose? Asterisk. Bulma asked quickly. Said, Lord Beerus was originally much more powerful than Lord Ketra, but after defeating Lord Ketra. After that, Beerus-sama's strength was no longer in its prime. Now it looks like the two are still evenly matched. It looks like this, but the more it looks like this, the more it proves that Beerus-sama is dying. Because Beerus-sama. Even the strength to drink milk is exerted. Thanks for visiting 5G Xiao Network. Remember me. Chapter 187 Jiren's Crisis. Then what should I do? Beerus-sama is going to be the first to be eliminated from the 7th universe. Bulma was speechless. Realm King Shenshin also became anxious. There's nothing we can do here, just watch it with peace of mind. Weiss glanced at Bulma and the others and said lightly. That's all there is to it. Even if they felt helpless in their hearts, they couldn't interfere in the battle at the venue. Can only be patient, silently cheer on Beerus. Here, after shooting down the god of destruction in Universe 11, Rhadamandus was just about to look for the next. An opponent. At this time, a red figure entered his line of sight. It's him, Jiren of Universe 11. Rhadamandus was stunned for a moment, and when he saw Jillian looking straight at him, his heart suddenly moved, and he suddenly flashed forward. He appeared beside Jiren. Dao Pokong's voice, and the energy of Dao was thrown out. Jiren was alert when Rhadamandus appeared, noticing the opponent's attack, the dark eyes. His eyes suddenly flashed red. The huge mental power spread out, forming a transparent air cover around the body. Boom! Two energies collide, a powerful air wave burst out in an instant. Both of them take a few steps back. Interestingly, Rhadamandus' eyes lit up, and he continued to test Jiren with a chuckle. Bang! A dull sound erupted from the violent collision, the wind swept up, and time seemed to have stopped. Sample. Jiren stretched out his arm to block Rhadamandus' foot, but the moment the instep collided with his arm. Rhadamandus smiled, and Jiren had a stunned expression. Bang! Down-pointing arrow. The strength of Rhadamandus' kick was beyond Jiren's expectations. His heart sank suddenly, and his toes pressed hard. Both feet sank deep into the ground with a click. But even so, the body also retreated dozens of meters in a row before digesting the leg strength. Looking at the deep ravine that turned up at this time on the flat ground, and the slight tingling feeling from the arm. Jiren's calm expression finally changed. A deep fear flashed in his eyes. The pinnacle of the 6th floor of the God realm, the pinnacle of the God of destruction level, Jiren, you are indeed the best among all human beings. More outstanding. Rhadamandus looked at Jiren with a smile, and after a short fight, he had already figured out Jiren's true nature. Force. This kind of strength is of course a lot worse than his, but the other party is only a human, and he has already reached the ultimate level of God of destruction. You have to know how many years he has lived, and he is a former God of destruction, so he has this kind of strength. I am afraid that the other party has only lived for 1,000 years. It is impossible to have this kind of strength in a human body. Thought. The two simply hit the right hand once, but the result is that Jiren is bigger than Rhadamandus's. Back to the end. Jiren is not yet a match for Rhadamandus. This frightened the gang of people in the 11th universe. Damn, this old monster has lived for too long, yet its strength is still so strong. Jiren should be invincible among humans, but the opponent is stronger, there is no way. Margarita said lightly. Seeing Jiren being repulsed head-on, the Joker is so delicious that he almost goes crazy. He was eliminated by Rhadamandus. Naturally know the other party's fear. After a few brief glances at each other, Rhadamandus attacked Jiren again. In just an instant, Jillian fought Rhadamandus thousands of times, each time he attacked Rhadaman. Distu launched a deadly move. But this was the case, Jiren still held on to it, the two fought and retreated, and in the blink of an eye Jiren was already forced to retreat a few times. 100 meters. Speed, unmatched. Power, unstoppable. The realm is 1,000 miles away, not to mention a gap of 1 level. Bang bang bang. A series of crushing movements. Facing the increasingly strong attack of Rhadamandus, Jiren's expression is very solemn. But I can only do my best, my body keeps falling behind. The air screams. But at this moment, the shadowy figure blocked Rhadamandus' attack, and Jiren knew that he was not Rhadamandus' opponent. After the shadow appeared, quickly disappeared as a streamer. Huh. Rhadamandus snorted, you want to meddle in my battle? Minnows. For flowers. Glancing at the figure appearing in front of him, Rhadamandus frowned, feeling that his body was being swept away. The powerful aura locks in, making it a little uncomfortable. The person standing in front of Rhadamandus was Minnows of the first universe, only to hear him excitedly say, I didn't expect to be able to see your old friend here. Come and fight with me. Rhadamandus frowned and said, now is the power conference, I don't have so much time to waste with you. Because it's a game, that's why I came to you. The grievances between you and me for many years should also be resolved. I'm ready to beat you first. Facing Minnows' reluctance, Rhadamandus got a little angry. The power conference is related to the survival of the universe. It is not a good idea to solve the weak universe first, and then solve it. Their grudge. Maybe in his eyes, the strong and the weak are similar, a group of fish and shrimp ears. Forget it, since you want to fight, then I will accompany you to the end. A frost-like coldness appeared on his face under the mask, and a trace of fighting intent flashed calmly in Rhadamandus' eyes. In a matter of seconds, the two disappeared at the same time, only the sound of bang bang bang, fighting continued. The terrifying energy star that can destroy the entire universe rises from the same place, and with the battle of the two, the entire world seems to be affected, followed by a lot of vibrations. Boom. After a flash of bright light, the void suddenly collapsed inward, and then shattered violently. Here, Chumo was walking around in the courtyard, and suddenly the goddess of destruction in the second universe, Hellas, fought with him. A face-to-face, immediately attacked him. The handsome guy in the 7 universes, this time your opponent is me, although I am not an opponent, but your 7th character. Joe's guy is so nasty. Raid, attack of love. Hellas, jumped up, several ribbons flew out from both sides, forming a net, but the body had already melted. As a stream of light, a gust-like attack flew towards Chumo in an instant. Is this seduction? Seeing this, Chumo showed a sneer at the corner of his mouth and shook his body gently. Then he reached out and grabbed one of Hellas's feet, and threw her out. Towel. Chapter 188 Super Blue transmits super state. The sound of violent explosions sounded, and the goddess of destruction Hale's face was pale, and her arms were trembling on the ground. You admit defeat yourself, you are not my opponent. Chumo said gently. However, Hellas did not accept this. As long as there was still a little hope, she would not give up the opportunity. Seeing that the other party didn't want to give up, Chumo nodded, he still admired this goddess of destruction. But he should do not being polite at all, he stepped forward, and with a gust of wind, Chumo body became blurred. Suddenly flashed, appeared in front of Hellas. What a great speed. Ideas flashed by. Seeing the sudden appearance of Chumo, Hellas' mental instinct tightened and he wanted to defend. But where is she, Chumo's opponent? Bang. 777. Chumo's palm pushed forward firmly, but the next second was embarrassing. His hands actually pressed somewhere in Hellas, and the scene froze. Chumo was stunned and pinched the strawberry involuntarily. So soft, so big. Chumo's mind was blank, and Hellas was stunned. The two looked at each other, and then the figures suddenly separated. Chumo felt so embarrassed, but Hales rarely blushed. Sighing, Chumo had no choice but to say, "Go down, I." Like a whore who pulls up his pants and refuses to acknowledge the account. How ruthless. If it wasn't for Chumo's holding back just now, with Hela's strength, he wouldn't even be able to hold on for 5 minutes. Humph. You can use it if you have the ability, I won't keep it. Hela's face was stern, and a strange color flashed in his eyes. Chumo was helpless, so he could only wave his hand, and a lingering whirlwind pushed forward. However, Hales did not resist, and let the whirlwind roll up her whole body, and Hales did not resist. The ability to resist was played out of the ring. All players in the second universe, eliminated. The Grand Priest announced the news, and then the King Quan flashed his hands directly, after the golden light, the second universe except the angels. Beyond that, all men and gods are gone. Before disappearing, Hales, the god of destruction in the second universe, looked at Chumo, which was indescribably complicated. Chumo smiled bitterly, as if he had inadvertently added another love debt. Your Excellency the Great Priest, Lord Quanwong, a player from Universe 6 has committed a foul. At this time, several players from other universes began to complain about Kefla. Foul, this fit looks like a lot of fun, and it's awesome. But King Quan ignored the complaints of these universe players, as long as he thought it was fun and good looking. Sure enough, after hearing King Quan's words, the Great Priest directly announced, Master Quan Wong said, from now on. It's not a foul to use the Patara earrings. Haha, the power seems to be endless, it's too strong. Forget it, I won't look for you anymore, I have to deal with the first. Guys from the 7 universes. Kefla started looking for people in the 7th universe, and soon saw Chumo. Chumo had just eliminated Hela's, and felt helpless in his heart. Kefla body, a flash, he shot directly at Chumo, at a speed 100 times the speed of sound. Kevlar, don't go over. Hit hurried to stop it, but it was too late. In Hit's view, even the combined Kefla would not be Chumo's opponent. He was beaten by Chumo, so he didn't dare to take Chumo's unfathomable strength lightly. These Saiyans are troublesome, and they become even more arrogant after they merge, and they don't obey discipline at all. Chumo sneered, since the other party was courting death, there was nothing else he could do. However, in the face of the ultra-blue Kefla, Chumo did not dare to be careless. The strength of this product will not be much worse than Jillian. Ah, ha. Chumo roared loudly, his hair turned red and then grew longer, and his tail kept flapping back and forth behind him. Super Saiyan Super 4 forms. Go back. Chumo roared directly. Originally, for the sake of Bados, he didn't want to trouble 6th Yu. With a roar, Chumo's body instantly turned into a red glow, facing Kefla. With a muffled sound, a terrifying air wave exploded in an instant, and the terrifying shock wave shattered the hundreds of meters of arena. In order to fight for the power beyond the god of destruction, the Grand Priest has already strengthened the arena so that it can withstand the destruction. The impact of God's peak strength. However, the arena was still shattered hundreds of meters by these two forces. It can be seen that the collision of Chumo and Kefla's strength has already exceeded more than most of the god of destruction. Kefla lost to Chumo's perverted strength, and his body shot back, and his feet scratched a few hundred meters. There is no other way, I can only help Kefla deal with Chumo. Hit was very bitter. He actually didn't want to meet Chumo so early. However, his teammates are too pitiful, so he can only join forces together. Because all of them, fighting alone, are not Chumo's opponents. Of the 6th universe helpless, this is not his original intention. Damn, show you my full power. Kefla roared proudly. Ah, ha. The sound of roaring came out from Kefla's throat, and in an instant, a powerful blue arrogance came from Kefla's body exploded. This powerful force is no less than Jiren's energy just now. Moreover, the super blue Kefla body began to swell, and it has grown to the size of a giant of 4 or 5 meters. Combination of superblue and super transition state. Chumo couldn't help but admire the fit of Kefla. He thought that only he could do it. This Super Blue Transmission Super State. But now there is one more Kefla. It seems that this fit is really perverted. 2.0 Hit looked at Kefla's powerful aura, and suddenly felt a burst of joy in his heart. In this way, this Kefla. It's not impossible to meet Chumo. Kevra's breath is so powerful, maybe. We can defeat Chumo. The Kiking God of Universe 6 looked excited. Oh, you think too simple. Chumo's strength is more than that. Vado's remarks struck the Kiking God of the 6th universe. How can this be? After all, it is a non-combat type of god. How does the King of God know how powerful Chumo is at this level? It's amazing. As expected of a fit warrior. What will Chumo do now? King Quan was dancing on the throne and was very happy, but he was still worried about Chumo. Soon they will continue to devote themselves to their battle. Thanks for visiting 5G Xiao. Chapter 189 Kai Fula was ravaged. The battle was fierce. The battle between Rhodamandus and Minos directly destroyed half of the arena, and the two ended up fighting again. Separated. It's just over half the time, and it's not the time to decide the outcome. It's too bad. How could my luck be so bad to be targeted by Minos? Shangpa was about to cry. He, who originally wanted to hop into the water, met the super powerful Mi in the first universe. North. Facing the old monsters that have survived in ancient times, he really didn't have the courage to fight. After a while, Shangpa also returned to the auditorium. With the return of Shangpa, the 6th universe fell into a dead silence. Lord Shangpa, you are back so soon. It seems that we are really going to part. Elephant Paw was beaten back to the audience by Minos, and now in the 6th universe, only Caulifla, Kale, hidden. Gabe. Vados used her delicate and flawless face to face Shangpa, and there was an indescribable ridicule in her words. Stop talking nonsense, give me treatment quickly, it hurts to death. Now I can only rely on Kefla. Shangpa roared with his eyes wide open. Is this what he wants back? If he can hold on for a while longer, of course he also wants to achieve good results one by one. But 12 is that Minos is too strong, he can't even hold on for a minute before being beaten out. Vados silently used the Divine Scepter to heal Elephant Paw, and the competition in this power conference was very cruel. However, Shangpa was disappointed for a while, but soon became happy again, because Beerus had also returned. In the end, Beerus and the god of destruction Arak of the 5th universe perished together, and the two gods of destruction were eliminated together. Out of the 12 gods of destruction, Ewan of the 1st universe is the only one left, and the rest are almost clear. All human beings. Except for me, Chumo, he is between humans and gods. Then the 7th universe also began to be eliminated continuously, and then the little braised egg. 2 forms. And the blue-green arrogance on Kefla's body fused together, as if it were more powerful. Without the breath of God, but stronger than God. This is the product of the combination of Saiyan's special form, the combination of Xuanchao and Superblue. Chumo, I must defeat you. Kefla said seriously. A long time ago, Caulifla decided to defeat Chumo. But with her strength, she is not Chumo's opponent at all. Now that I have more of my sister's superpower, I don't know how much the power has increased. Thanks to this place in the realm of nothingness, otherwise the ultimate strength of the Potala earrings is only the peak of the god of destruction. Already. But there is no limit of that universe here, which makes Kefla play more than Super Blue Vegeta at this time. Stronger strength. After speaking, Kefla flashed and swept towards Chumo again. Hitsaiden could only be ready to act at any time. Although he has no idea. Beat me, you don't have the qualifications. Chumo sneered, and the figure also disappeared in a flash, turning into a red glow and going out. Bang! In less than a second, their fists collided heavily. To rise around. The surroundings of the two people's bodies exploded with a bang, and the smoke and dust continued to rise. Following that, a blue-green figure suddenly shot back from the center. Ah! It was Kefla with a confident face, and there was even a trace of blood dripping from her mouth. Obviously, in this circle collision, even the combined Kefla is no match. After the fist knocked Kefla flying, Chumo's foot collapsed, and the figure rushed out. Hey! Chumo came directly to the top of Kefla's head, and without any hesitation, slammed it down with a knee. Damn! Seeing that Chumo was so cruel, Kefla was furious and immediately crossed her arms to protect her chest. Bang! Chumo sneered, and his knees slammed down without hesitation, hitting Kefla's arms. Boom! Kefla's body was directly slammed into the ring, a deep count. The big pit of rice appears in front of people. I saw that on Kefla's golden wrist guards. Chumo's knees were tightly held, a wisp of blue smoke slowly rose. Chumo's Super Saiyan Super 4 state also carries terrifying scorching energy. Damn! Damn! Kefla was very angry. She was already the strongest form, but in front of Chumo, she was like a child. Not even the strength to fight back. Amazing! Come on, Chumo! Eliminate her! Beerus shouted, who made Champa keep shouting in his ear just now. And Elephant Pa, who was still laughing at Beerus, now looked like he had eaten shit. Damn, how can this guy Chumo be so strong? It shouldn't be. Champa was very angry. Hit, hurry up and help, why are you still standing there stupidly? Seeing Hit standing not far from Kefla, Champa immediately shouted. Hit sighed softly and had to jump up immediately, taking advantage of Chumo before he could continue to attack. Hit, who jumped up, punched Chumo's back. The powerful fist pressure, the fist has not yet reached, has already made the surrounding space solidified. However, Chumo didn't seem to feel at all, and the punching pressure didn't hurt him at all. When Hit's fist was about to hit his body, Chumo's body suddenly flickered, avoiding the 830 strong. Big punch. Hit was shocked. This punch was done with flash time. Originally, he thought that Chumo would have no way to avoid it. But unexpectedly, the other party avoided even looking at it. Moreover, Hit has a feeling that this Chumo is completely the natural reaction of the body, and does not need his brain to tell him. Swing. Free-spirited extreme intentional power. Hit didn't believe it, and immediately rubbed his fist on the outside of Chumo's body, even causing a slight break in the air. Sound. However, he was fast, Chumo was even faster, and without turning his head, he hit him with an elbow. Boom. This elbow strike directly hit Hyder's chest, accompanied by powerful energy fluctuations. Hyder's body also straightened. Take the shot back. The hands are covering the chest position, it is very uncomfortable. Damn, I didn't expect my flash time to be increased to 0.8 seconds and still useless. It's too strong, this guy. Hit looked at Chumo with a shocked expression, unbelievable. However, Hit did not stop, his body froze, and he continued to attack, even faster. This guy has made great progress. This time, Chumo gave up the underground Kefla and attacked Hit directly. Bang, bang, bang. Chumo's figure kept appearing beside Hit, and the two directly lit up their fists and collided with their thighs. Say. Chapter 190 Super Saiyan 5. Hit quickly fell to emptiness. Although he could still hold on, Chumo's speed was getting faster and faster. Even if it was his flash time skill, he couldn't hold on anymore. It's so fast. However, just as Hit was about to fight hard, a roar rushed out from the ground. Chum. The roar resounded throughout the arena, and the next second, the entire arena began to shake violently. Boom. With this shaking, cracks appeared in the arena like spider webs, facing other directions. Keep spreading. Boom. A loud explosion, a figure rose into the sky. It was Kai, who was almost stunned by Chumo just now. Furla. Chumo, you bastard. Kefla was furious, and endless anger shot out from her blue pupils. She didn't expect that after the Potala earrings were combined, they were still beaten by Chumo like this. She absolutely couldn't accept this. Case. Yeah. Kefla roared loudly, and the terrifying roar was accompanied by a blue-green arrogance soaring into the sky. The blue-green hair fluttered even higher, like thorns, and the surface of the body, bursts of blue flashes. The electricity keeps flickering and it looks very scary. How did this guy get stronger again? Beerus was taken aback. This guy from the 6th universe is really weird, just like Chumo's shape back then. State. The more you fight, the stronger. Fight more and more bravely. It was an unforgettable memory for God, and Bizons didn't want to recall it. But now he saw Chumo's shadow on Kefla. Sis' worried color rose from the bottom of his heart. It seems that Chumo's attack has further stimulated Kefla's potential, allowing her to improve her strength again. Whis said softly beside Beerus. Saiyans can be called a fighting nation, but it is not a reputation that only exists in modern times. It has been known since ancient times. Come have it. It is the terrifying memory left by countless powerful Saiyans in all universes. Kefla's eyes became sharp. Looking at Chumo's figure, her body suddenly flashed and disappeared. This time the speed was many times faster, and even the rest of the gods of destruction only saw a trace. Chumo sneered, the red-gold arrogance on his body suddenly soared, and his figure flashed by. Not knowing how many times faster than lightning, Chumo instantly passed through Kefla and came behind it. I owe one soon. Kefla was shocked, but before she could react, Chumo started to attack. Chumo's palm was directly printed on Kefla's back, and a powerful energy wave condensed. Kefla felt bad, but there was no way, Chumo was too fast. Boom! A powerful red-golden energy wave shone, and the huge force directly slammed Kaifu's body straight out. Bang! Kefla crashed directly into a rock that was more than 10 meters in size. In the block. There was a burning smell on the back. Chumo's figure followed behind Kefla, like grabbing her head, and suddenly Hit's figure appeared. Direct punch. Chumo sneered, this kind of energy attack is really nothing to him. You're attacking. As soon as Chumo said it, he suddenly felt something was wrong. No, it's impossible for Hit to not know that this energy can't hurt me. There must be a conspiracy. Sure enough, the next second, Hit called out 2 words. Time to freeze. Chumo suddenly felt that his body was suddenly imprisoned within 0.1 seconds, and he couldn't move. Shit. Forget this trick. However, soon Chumo's face returned to that confident smile. Go on, Chumo. Taking advantage of this brief confinement, Kefla jumped up suddenly and rammed directly into Chumo's body. Dangerous. Chumo, hurry up and move. Beerus is in a hurry, this is his greatest hope, but he can't just lose like this. Intended to knock Chumo out of the ring. You are too naive to think that this will trap me. Chumo said coldly, knock me out, your strength is not enough. After speaking, Chumo's body suddenly burst out with a more powerful force. Ah! Chumo roared, and all his strength increased. Roar! A silver giant ape phantom quietly flashed past him, and countless silver lightnings began to emerge from nothing. The sky of the world smashed down fiercely. Crack! Then, a crisp glass-shattering sound came from Chumo's body. What is this? Hit was shocked. Although it was only for a moment, his body trembled. He felt that he almost lost his ability to resist, and felt a little trembling. CCC. A harsh tearing sound came from the ground, and 2 cracks hundreds of meters long appeared on the ring again. Ah, yay! Chumo roared, and the whole world of Wuji began to tremble, and the arena kept shaking. In the pitch-black sky, countless clouds flowed rapidly, as if being pushed by an invisible hand. The entire sky began to turn silver, and countless silver lightnings continued to crackle down violently. What's going on? Almost everyone and God were shocked, and they were shocked by this situation. Even the great priest couldn't help but his eyes flashed. Oh hee, it seems that Chumo's power has increased again. On Chumo's body, dazzling silver rays of light continued to fly out, and the aura of God on his body also changed. Gotta get stronger. The original long hair has become longer, Nordhau has reached the waist, and the red gold has begun to turn. Became red silver. With purple eye sockets and red eyeballs, Chumo's changes are amazing. The sixth floor of the realm of the gods. This guy is progressing too fast. Weiss is very envious. Chumo's breakthrough is as easy as drinking water. Chumo, who was originally on the fifth floor of the realm of the gods, all burst out, and it is no worse than Weiss, and now it is even more sudden. Broke into the sixth floor of the realm of God, the strength is probably already above Weiss. Chumo smiled coldly, his fist suddenly clenched, and a powerful gang wind suddenly blew violently, again leaving the few players in the arena. Junfei went out several times. I really want to thank you all. If it wasn't for your push just now, I wouldn't be able to break through so quickly. It feels so good. Super Saiyan 5 posts. Chumo's voice was very cold, and in the ears of Hidden Kefla, it was like coming from hell. Chapter 191 The Horror of Super 5. Super Saiyan 5. Sun Wukong and Vegeta looked in the direction of Chumo. This powerful breath surpassed Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan 5 from Person 4. Previous Super Saiyan 4. In an instant, Sun Wukong and Vegeta almost gave up. His own way. They are now taking two paths, Deep Blue and Zizai Jigong. Fortunately, both of them are strong-willed people, and they soon determined their way again. Chumo looked at Hidden Kefla lightly, and suddenly stretched his hand forward. Ha! Suddenly, a wave of air blasted out of the palm of the hand, which directly sent it flying hundreds of meters away, and Kefla's feet were deeply inserted. Under the arena, the body scraped the ground and retreated dozens of meters away. Good. Very strong. Hit's face was pale and weak, and just one Qigong palm wind sent him flying so far. Ah, I don't believe I can't. With a loud roar, Kefla stomped on the ground, shot up, and rushed towards Chumo. Chumo smiled coldly, ignoring Kaifu's fist. Poof. With a muffled sound, Kefla's fist slammed heavily on Chumo's chest. No ripples appeared. And Chumo's body didn't react at all, as if this punch was a shy iron fist. In order to thank you for raising me to Super Saiyan 5, I decided to beat you out. Chumo said coldly, and with those red eyes, it seemed like a voice from hell. The voice fell, and Chumo's figure jumped up and kicked Kaifu directly on the chest. In an instant, Kefla flew out of the ring like a broken kite, as if there were invisible things on her body. The power was suppressing her, preventing her from lifting a single bit of energy. Kefla's face turned red, but she just couldn't break free from Chumo's shackles. The last light flashed, Kefla's figure disappeared, and it reappeared in the sixth universe. On stage. Then Kefla's figure flashed for a while, and it differentiated into two figures, Caulifla and Kair. Caulifla and Kaylee from Universe 6 are eliminated. The voice of the Great Priest sounded, which immediately caused everyone in the sixth universe to be shocked. Because they only have two players left in the ring, Gabe and Hit. Gabe's strength is in Super Blue now. He is lucky, he has eliminated a lot of people, but now his luck doesn't seem to be great. He has met someone he reveres and fears, Vegeta. And Hit also met his old enemy, Sun Wukong. The remaining players are not too many, and they are all in pairs. No, 18 and number 17 faced number 1 Ewan, the god of destruction of the universe, and the fight was inextricable. On the other hand, Son Gohan and Piccolo met the combined robots of the third universe. Piccolo was eliminated. Transform into a mysterious realm, then break through Super Saiyan 4 and fight against the Fit robot. Golden Frieza is also in trouble. He encounters Tispo in Universe 11. Time won't help him. La, at an impasse. After eliminating Kefla, Chumo's figure returned to the top of the pillar again, and at this time the pillar was far away. The countertop is only 1/3 of the distance left. Only 32 minutes left. After Chumo appeared at the top of the pillar alone, two figures appeared at the same time. It was Rhadamandus and Mino. Two people. They looked at the young figure on the opposite side, and felt a lot of annoyance in their hearts. Neither of them either way, we should connect. Hand. At that time, they still had at least a half chance of eliminating Chumo. But now, it's hard to say. But Chumo didn't do anything, just sat cross-legged and closed his eyes. What is he doing? Rhadamandus wondered for a while. What is this Chumo doing? Master Vegeta, we meet again. Gabe said to Vegeta with a respectful face. There is no master here, only opponents. BCAI, you have to fight for the 6th universe. I also fight for the 7th universe. Battle. For some reason, Vegeta just looked right at this Gabe. So when you teach it, it is a good intention. Perhaps, Vegeta doesn't know why he treats Gabe so differently. Yes, Master Vegeta. Gabe let out a loud roar, and exploded into a Super Saiyan blue form, his powerful aura directed towards Vegeta. Boomed over. Super blue to super blue. Gabe's figure shot out directly, and his fist gave Vegeta, the master, a slap in the face. Not to be outdone, Vegeta punched him. Bang. The two each took a few steps back, but quickly rushed up again. Vegeta quickly waved his fist, a rapid, choo-choo-choo, and a block of fists quickly formed in front of Gabe. Wall of heads. However, Gabe was not to be outdone, and immediately, like Vegeta, quickly threw his fists. Two fist walls meet. Bang, bang, bang. The violent fist pressure slammed the ground of the insertion platform into potholes, and soon a large pit of several hundred meters was formed. And this pit gradually turned into a hole, bottomless. In the end, with a bang, the arena was directly destroyed. Breakthrough. Through this big hole, everyone can clearly see the upper and lower sides of the ring, which is really amazing. I can't believe that there are such strong players in the 6th and 7th universes. These two guys are no longer weaker than Topo. The god of destruction in Universe 11 said with a surprised look on his face. Why are Saiyans monsters? There are such strong Saiyans in every universe. Not only is it deliciously delicious, but the other gods of destruction in the universe that have not been cleared are very delicious, with a look of envy. Watch admiringly. To the side of Bizons and brother Chengpa. These two brothers are so lucky to have Saiyans. Go down. Vegeta didn't mean to keep her hands at all. Taking advantage of this opportunity, she slammed down from the top and kicked Gabe with one foot. On the top of his head, he wanted to directly smash Gabe out of the ring. Yeah, you won't be so successful, master. Look at me. Naturally, Gabe wouldn't be eliminated so easily, but he practiced very hard, in order to become like him. Master Vegeta, kind of person. A more powerful force erupted in Gabe's body, and the blue flames outside his body suddenly skyrocketed, double. The color becomes darker. Vegeta underestimated Gabe, and was forced to fly by Gabe. Seeing Gabe's deeper blue arrogance, Vegeta suddenly raised a smile at the corners of his mouth, and his eyes changed. Gotta rejoice. Soon, Vegeta put away that trace of admiration, and with Gabe's strength, he quickly moved to the ring ground. Rush away. Chapter 192 Mysterious Super 4. Gabe's response was not slow, and with the help of the falling gravel, he quickly rushed to the ground. But when he returned to the ground, Vegeta was ready and waiting for Gabe to come up. Come on, Gabe. To get ready. Gabe did not show weakness, and rushed up to attack, and the two of them fought together again, everything that stood between them. They were all smashed to pieces. However, Vegeta is the master in the end, and finally transformed into a dark blue state. Vegeta in this form is no longer comparable to the god of destruction on the 5th floor of the god realm is weak. In addition, Vegeta's combat experience is extremely rich, and after a few minutes, Vegeta has the upper hand, taking advantage of it. The flaw in Gabe's breath, a punch in the ultimate flash, knocked Gabe out of the ring. So far, only hit is left in the 6th universe in the ring. And Son Gohan also fought to a fiery level with Analyza, the integrated robot of the 3rd universe. Magic Cannonball. Sun Wufan spread his palms, and in the next second, a light blue energy wave instantly condensed from his palms. Then he blasted directly at Analyza, and it wasn't over yet. After blasting the Turtle School Qigong wave, Sun Wufan suddenly opened his arms. Boom! In the next second, a powerful air wave centered on Sun Wufan, like Lian Yi, instantly moved towards all directions. All directions spread out. Immediately, Sun Wuhan instantly condensed a large amount of energy bombs. Multi-energy bombardment. Sun Wufan shouted loudly, and there was a lot of gas bombs condensed all over his body, as if he didn't want money. There was no difference. The bombardment of the past toward all directions. Under the bombardment of a large number of air bombs, Analyza had no chance to use the energy to warp the space to deal with her. However, Frieza, Number 18 and others were also treated the same as Analyza. Damn Son Gohan, do you want to kill us? Golden Frieza said with a displeased expression after flicking off a few air bombs. While Golden Frieza was speaking, the three of Number 18, Number 17 and Ewan also suffered unexpected disasters. Damn, they can only keep dodging to avoid the blasting gas bomb. Boom boom boom. They exploded instantly. And Son Gohan were. The sound of the explosion was incessant. Roar. After resisting more than a dozen gas bombs in a row, Analyza seemed a little impatient, and immediately tightened his arms. Grip, Yang Tian roared. At the same time, a powerful purple energy arrogance suddenly erupted all over the body. That purple energy arrogance, like a spherical mask, protects Analyza's body. Sun Wufan's face was condensed, and the energy in Analyza's body was further improved. I saw that Analyza suddenly grew 2 wings condensed from purple energy behind him. The wings suddenly opened, and immediately, Analyza flew directly towards the sky. Oh, you can even grow wings and fly, so interesting. Attracted by the sound of the explosion just now, King Quan on the throne was also paying attention to the battle between Son Gohan and Analyza. Fight! When he saw that Analyza suddenly grew wings and flew into the sky, a look suddenly appeared on his little face. Wipe the excitement. Although flying is not allowed in this competition, the use of wings to fly seems to be acquiesced. After Analyza flew into the sky, his big hands suddenly spread out. The scarlet energy balls condensed and formed in an instant. At the beginning, the scarlet energy ball was only about the size of a fist. But as Analyza continued to inject a lot of energy into the energy ball, that scarlet energy, the measuring ball instantly swelled many times, forming a giant energy ball more than 10 meters in size. No, that guy wants to get rid of us altogether. After seeing Analyza condensing such a large energy ball on the 18th, her pretty face changed one by one, and she immediately said aloud. One sentence. On the 18th, Sun Wufan also noticed this situation. Immediately stopped releasing the air bombs. Son Gohan immediately stood up straight, his fists clenched. Ah, ha. Sun Wufan let out a loud shout, and a golden arrogance burst out from all over his body. Immediately, the hair also changed from short black hair to long black hair, with red body hair growing on the body, and a tail behind him. Ba kept shaking. Ask for flowers. Demigod plus Super 4 forms. This is the latest form of Sun Wufan. It was difficult to transform into a super race in the original Mysterious Realm, but after so long. Come on, Son Gohan has been trying something new. He couldn't ignite the fire of God like Chumo for a period of time, obtain Godhead, and advance to true God. But the Mysterious Realm is also equivalent to a demigod, and it is not impossible to perform a super transformation in this form. And Sun Wufan was told by Chumo the secret of Super 4 transformation, and now is the time for him to break through. The mysterious Super 4 Son Gohan showed an evil smile on his face, and looked coldly at the huge energy bomb in front of him. Don't try to succeed. After transforming into the mysterious Super 4 form, Sun Gohan immediately charged towards Analyza. Oh! Analyza, who was hanging in the sky, saw Sun Wuhan rushing over, and the corner of his mouth suddenly evoked a touch of coldness. Smile. The next second, his arms slammed down. The huge energy ball, like a meteorite, smashed directly towards Sun Wuhan below. Seeing this, the mysterious Sun Wufan immediately spread out his palms, condensed a blue Qigong wave, and moved towards him. The giant energy bomb that fell from the sky was launched. Turtle School Qigong Wave. Judging from his posture, he seemed to want to use Qigong waves to block Analyza's energy bombs. Ziz. Soon, the Qigong wave blasted by the mysterious Super 4 Sun Gohan directly collided with the huge scarlet energy bomb. Together. In an instant, the entire sky shook because of the collision of two violent energies. And the ground beneath Sun Wufan's feet sank in an instant. However, a large amount of rock debris around, as if attracted by a mysterious force, slowly moved towards the sky. Shot straight in the past. Analyza roared loudly, and his body emitted a red light, smashing the rock debris into pieces. After resisting Analyza's gas bomb, Sun Gohan immediately burst into a more powerful golden gaseous flame. Afterwards, the Qigong wave emitted from the palms also instantly increased in size. The Qigong waves and giant energy bombs that were originally stuck together in the sky instantly showed a sideways emotion. Condition 8. Chapter 193 Sun Gohan will also feel at ease. The huge energy ball, under the full bombardment of the mysterious Super 4 Sun Gohan, blasted back directly. Analyza, who was flying in the sky, watched the huge scarlet energy ball pass by his side with an angry face. There was a twist, and his eyes flickered. Energy warped space. The angry Analyza raised his fist and punched directly at Sun Gohan below. This. Sun Gohan was taken aback. The moment Analyza's fist fell, a space black hole appeared under the fist. Fist through that space black hole. At the same time, a similar space black hole suddenly appeared in the space behind Sun Wuhan. Analyza's fist burst out of the black hole in that space and slammed directly at Sun Wuhan's back. Hit the past. 583, behind. Aware of the danger coming from behind him, Sun Gohan suddenly turned around and threw a punch. Boom. Sun Wuhan's fist collided with Analyza's fist, and the powerful air wave directly slammed the two under their feet. The platform needs to collapse several meters. Without waiting for Sun Gohan to breathe a sigh of relief, Analyza's fist in the other hand immediately burst into the air again. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Next, Analyza kept waving his fist, the fist distorted the space through the energy, and disappeared. Suddenly appearing in every corner of Sun Gohan's body. Sun Gohan is constantly defending against the sudden fist by sensing the flow of chi. Seems a little passive. Wow, it looks so fun. King Quan on the throne, saw Sun Wufan and Analyza fighting a gopher-like offensive and defensive battle, his eyes radiated with brilliance. Again and again, the little face was full of surprised expressions. Tianjin Fan was stunned when he saw it in the auditorium. Gohan, all of them have been defended. Tianjin Fan has also experienced Analyza's breaking punches before, and naturally he knows Analyza's breaking punches. Empty fist, how difficult to deal with. In the anime, Analyza's air-breaking punch also made Sun Wukong and Vegeta work hard to break it. This is very similar to the ability of Xie Nianbo, and it is impossible to prevent. Sun Wufan can achieve 100% defense at this time, which is quite powerful. But you can't go on like this. Gohan will have an accident sooner or later. Piccolo said in a serious tone. Even though Gohan has defended against the monster's attack now, it's just a defense in the end. As long as he has won, once. If you make a mistake, you are likely to be hit by that monster. To put it uglier, Gohan has been beaten by Analyza, and there is no room for him to fight back. The same goes for Son Gohan. If that's the case, that's the only way to do it. After Son Gohan knocked Analyze's fist back, his eyes suddenly closed. Gohan, what is this for? Beerus was shocked. Now the number of people in the ring is getting smaller and smaller, so Son Gohan is in danger. Just as Analyze's air-breaking punch was about to hit Son Gohan, the figure of Son Gohan with his eyes closed. Wei directly avoided Analyze's air-breaking punch. Huh. Seeing that Son Gohan closed his eyes and avoided Analyze's air-breaking punch, Whis suddenly snorted. At the same time, Analyze attacked Son Gohan with another burst of air, breaking fists. But the result is still the same. Sun Wukong seems to have eyes behind him, his figure is slightly sideways, and another. This time just avoided Analyze's fist. Analyze also seemed to be angry. After he made a strange cry, his fist was like a hail of bullets. Continue to swipe away at the energy wave distorted space. Sun Wukong's side, in all directions, suddenly burst out a large number of punches. However, Sun Wukong is like a catkin. If he moves at will, he will give Analyze's air-breaking punch to the one who is happy. Avoided. The movement is as smooth as running clouds and flowing water, not the slightest sloppiness. This. Piccolo said with a look of surprise after seeing that Son Gohan had avoided all of Analyze's fists. It's really amazing. Is he imitating the realm of Zizai Ji Gong? Weiss suddenly said that although Son Gohan has not reached the realm of the ultimate free will, but now he is very approaching, so that Weiss cannot help but greatly shocked. He didn't expect that besides Chumo and Sun Wukong, there are other Saiyans who can have this understanding. Even Vegeta didn't understand it. In other words, this is Vegeta's unwillingness to follow the same path as Sun Wukong, unable to let go of that attachment. To Son Gohan sensed himself in advance. Move away. And every dodge is just right. Time, the whole field is full of Analyze's fists constantly flashing, and Sun Wukong's figure is like catkins. Constantly fluttering on the ground. Just when Analyze was a little impatient, Son Gohan started to act, and he avoided Anilla. After Za's air-breaking punch, he directly grabbed Analyze's wrist with the momentum of thunder. Seeing this, Analyze was shocked. Before he could react, he felt a huge force attack, and Sun Wukong suddenly took advantage of the situation on the ground. Pull, actually dragged Analyze's body directly from the black hole in that space to the ground. Nice job, Gohan. Tianjin Fan clenched his fists and looked excited. Brother, it's amazing. Sun Wuxian jumped up excitedly. The situation of Sun Wukong just now really startled him. After Analyze's body was pulled out, the distorted space in the sky disappeared directly. Looking at the huge body in front of him, Sun Wukong raised his knees without any hesitation and hit Ani directly on Raz's chest. Wow. 5.1 Analyze, who was severely hit, spat out a mouthful of unknown liquid. And his body, like a cannonball, flew upside down into the sky. The mysterious Super 4 Son Gohan smiled evilly, suddenly jumped, and caught up with him at an astonishing speed. Analyze flew out. One more hit. Son Gohan kicked out fiercely. Analyze's huge body turned into a big slash, and shot straight out of the arena. However, an unexpected scene happened. Analyze, who flew out of the ring, suddenly stretched his arm and grabbed it violently. Live on the left foot of Son Gohan. Damn. Son Gohan was shocked, but the rules could not use the flying skills, and his body also flew out with Analyze. Net, remember me. Chapter 194 The Aggrieved God of Destruction Yiwang. The 4 players of the 3rd universe are eliminated. The Son Gohan contestant from Universe 7 is eliminated. The Great Priest directly announced the result, and then looked at the 7th universe. These Saiyans were really unexpected. Powerful. However, the Saiyans have become stronger. Will they be the same as before? In the heart of the Great Priest, a thought arose. The 3rd universe has also been cleared by the King of the whole world, and now there are only the 1st, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th. 1. 12th, these 7 universes still exist. And the 4 universes 1, 5, 8, and 12 are bound to remain, so there are also the 6th, 7th, and 11th universes. These 3 universes compete for the last place to survive. There is only Hit left in the 6th universe, and his strength is not the strongest, so there is no hope. And Chumo, the strongest in the 7th universe, faced off against the 1st and 8th old monsters, and Vegeta and Sun Wukong faced each other. Opponents are above them in strength, and it is difficult to do anything. No, 18 siblings even faced off against the only god of destruction, Yiwang, who was still in the ring. It seems that it is difficult to do anything. Golden Frieza faced the extremely fast Tispo, and the scene was also very passive, and it was impossible to carry out an effective battle at all. Time, everyone felt that the final quota must be the 11th word. 1 Damn, you hairball is damned. Damn it. On the 18th, he became furious, turned into a 1,000-handed Guanyin, and pumped out his fists frantically, constantly blasting Yiwang out. Go to hell. No, 18 feet's hands constantly blasted powerful energy bombs, and the energy seemed to cost nothing. She really doesn't want money, anyway, her energy is unlimited. Yiwang had no choice but to cross his arms to protect his body, but his figure retreated to the edge of the ring little by little. He waited for the 18th to run out of gas before launching an attack. A pity that Yiwang, god of destruction, was disappointed. He didn't wait for the energy of number 18 until he fell outside the ring. Exhausted. The end, Yiwang also fell out of the ring with a bang. Another 2 figures disappeared from the ring, appearing in the audience seats of the 1st universe and the 7th UU respectively. 17, the god of destruction of the 1st universe. No, 18 and number 17 teamed up to withstand Yiwang, but Yiwang is worthy of being a powerhouse on the 6th floor of the realm of the gods. Prevailed. However, the 18th and Chumo for so long are not just a vase. At the last moment, a powerful energy burst out. Began to withstand Yiwang's powerful attack. Even for a period of time, it has not been weaker than Yiwang's strongest attack. However, number 17 is different. He became number 18 feet's hind leg. After being affected by the amount, he was punched out of the ring by Yiwang. And on the 18th, under his anger, there was another big outbreak, and he actually pressed Yiwang to fight, and finally even put the Yiwang hit the ring. Then Yiwang he was unjustly eliminated. His strength was actually slightly higher than number 18, but he became angry. Woman, is unreasonable. Moreover, the skill of using flying cannot be used, so after Yiwang flew out of the ring, he could only be eliminated. Yiwang is very depressed. He actually lost to a human woman whose ability is not as good as himself. Damn rabbit, you can do whatever you want without looking like Beerus-sama. Golden Frieza looked at Tispo indifferently, with a very disdainful expression. Although this guy's speed is very fast, his fists are not powerful. The only thing he feared was the speed. Tispo also looked at Frieza with indifference. He was helpless. Frieza is really strong. A lot, if it weren't for his speed, it is estimated that he would have lost a long time ago. I had no choice but to sacrifice myself, and we must eliminate Frieza from Universe 7. Even if they die together. Tispo, who made up his mind, immediately used his speed to quickly attack Frieza, but his purpose was already. It's clear. Frieza was still very proud, looking very relaxed. In the end, under the carelessness, he was caught by the heel of Tispo, and the whirlwind formed by its speed was directly rolled down. Out of the ring. Not long after, 2 figures appeared in the 11th universe and the 7th universe. Tispo and Golden Frieza, both perished at the same time, both fell off the ring. Damn, I am so unwilling. Frieza was very angry that she came out so uselessly. He hasn't had enough. Che, you are so careless. If it weren't for your hard work, I would have destroyed you directly. Beerus looked at Frieza, and he threatened Frieza without saying anything. In the arena, Hit and Sun Wukong faced Jiren at the same time. This pair of old enemies joined forces for the first time, but they still lost to G. Even. Monkey King, you must avenge me. Beat him. Hit passed his last breath to Sun Wukong, and then fell into the boundless realm of nothingness. In the end, Hit was eliminated, all the members of the 6th universe were eliminated, and then the 6th universe was also eliminated. Vados smiled and made a sad parting look with Shangpa, and then came to the 7th house very dishonestly. Zhou's audience. He grabbed the milk tea jelly in Whis' hand, and said that he should turn grief and anger into strength and knock Whis' stock. Part of the walk. There, 647 feet Makarita look. She immediately flew to the auditorium of Universe 7, and walked along again. Part. As time passed, there were fewer and fewer players in the ring. Only the last 10 minutes left, and only Minnows of the 1st universe and Ra of the 8th universe are left in the ring. Damandus, Chumo, Sun Wukong, Vegeta in Universe 7, Jiren and Toppo in Universe 11. Individual. Chumo confronted Radamandus and Minnows, Sun Wukong confronted Jiren, and Vegeta confronted Topper. His Royal Highness, allow me to repair the ring. The great priest turned around and bowed to King Quan Wong, and then put his hands together, and the originally dilapidated arena began to speed up. Fix it up. In less than a minute, the ring was back to its original state. Grand Priest, I want to watch it a little longer. This time there is no time limit. King Quan was still polite to the butler, the great priest. No problem, since His Royal Highness Quan Wong wants to watch more exciting, that's okay too. The great priest smiled. Then he said to Chumo and others on the ring, the remaining players, the game time is not limited, you can play freely. Swing, let the whole king see your strongest strength. Hearing the words of the great priest, Chumo and others showed a smile on the corners of their mouths, which made it more interesting. Thanks for visiting 5G Shao. Chapter 195 The God of Destruction. Toppo, you are lost. Vegeta rushed directly to Toppo, sounding the horn for the rest of the battle. Sun Wukong and Jiren were still staring, as if they had no intention of taking action. Standing in this arena, winning or losing is no longer your business, but for the universe. Toppo said seriously. After speaking, 2 rays of light erupted in his eyes, and at this time, the power of Toppo instantly increased to the extreme. An invisible coercion rumbled and spread out overwhelmingly, and the smooth air was wrinkled. Vegeta also roared, the arrogance on his body skyrocketed, and the color was already rich to dark blue, as if of starlight. The boundless coercion swept out directly, covering the entire arena. Toppo was the first to bear the brunt, feeling the pressure from Vegeta, his face could not help but become serious. Ha! Toppo opened his arms and blocked a wisp of endless energy in front of him, and suddenly there seemed to be ripples. Stirred a bit. The pressure emanating from Vegeta disappeared in an instant. Afterwards, seeing countless illusory afterimages appearing and disappearing, Vegeta had already started a battle with Toppo. Boom! It was as if the sky was torn apart, piercing through the entire universe, the air waves surged, and 2 rays of light, one blue and one red, erupted at the same time. Vegeta and Toppo's speed has been increased to the extreme, and few people can see their movements clearly. Makarita, don't eat it yet, what's so delicious about this 7th universe? Wei Mei touched her chin unhappily, the tattoos on the corners of her eyes twitched a few times with her muscles. My own angel actually robbed him for food, without any dignity, he really lost his god of destruction. Face. This Vegeta from Universe 7 is very good, Toppo seems to have met his opponent. Makarita, while eating, replied, and handed a piece of stinky tofu to Meta. Come and taste the deliciousness of, she. What is this? It stinks. It can't be shit. My god, you actually eat shit. Wei Mei looked at Makarita with a terrified face, and the angel was confused by anger. Makarita was instantly angry, and a flash of lightning in her right hand slammed towards Waymeda. Zizizi. The yummy shuddered violently, and then there was a scorching sensation. This is sour. Come on, I'll give you a try. Makarita gave Miyu a piece of stinky tofu so badly. And ate it under the threat of Makarita, a piece, then. And can't stop, 1 piece, 2 pieces. Margarita, I was wrong, give me another piece. Just 1 piece. Delicious and drooling, she said flatteringly. That expression is really pitiful. Come on, you have eaten more than 10 pieces, and every time is the last piece. Makarita was not fooled, and started to enjoy slowly with the plate of stinky tofu. Huh. In an instant, Vegeta suddenly appeared beside Toppo. Nani, this guy's speeding up again. Toppo looked at Vegeta's figure. His face changed greatly. He wanted to avoid it, but it was too late. Bang! Vegeta grinned wickedly, and punched Toppo's chest, and then countless blue beams shot from it exploded in his fist. Boom! There was a violent noise, and Toppo's body was directly bombarded by a huge force. Flew out. The glory team clothes on the chest were smashed to pieces, and the body blasted the newly repaired arena again. A 100-meter hole. These guys are really spoiling. The great priest shook his head and had to repair it again, and then strengthen the strength of the ring. Trash is trash, no matter how fat you are, you can't do it. Vegeta said coldly, the corners of her mouth raised high. His target was Jiren, but he was blocked by the guy in front of him. Then Vegeta walked towards Toppo. What a shit, the captain of the proud team. You don't even have your own. Even clothes can't protect it, so what is there to be proud of? Then don't. Toppo suddenly let out a loud roar, then stood up slowly and ripped off the broken pride uniform. He lowered his head so that no one could see his expression. Oh, you don't want anything. Even if you don't want anything, it's useless. Vegeta said coldly. He and Toppo have fought for an unknown number of rounds, and he is aware of the opponent's ability. However, justice, no more. Toppo's voice was gloomy, and the next second, Toppo's eyes suddenly turned a faint purple. Wisps of purple arrogance, like starlight, emanated from Toppo's body. You finally made a decision, Toppo. Jiren, who was confronting Sun Wukong, suddenly gathered his eyes. What's the matter? That guy actually started to have the breath of God. When Toppo stood up, the other realm gods of the other universes were startled. Has the new god of destruction level powerhouse broken through? The 11th universe is really strong, and this guy has also broken through. Iwan, the god of destruction of Universe 1, looked at Toppo's figure and said in a low voice. Haha, Toppo, it's time to show them your true power. The god of destruction in Universe 11 is delicious but very proud. This Toppo was trained by him. The strength is definitely not under him. He didn't believe that Vegeta could compare to Beerus, and if that was the case, there would be no problem. You go down by yourself, and I want me to leave you down. Jiren suddenly said to Sun Wukong. You think you can beat me easily, then come on, Jiaos, my progress is not that bad. There was a smile on the corner of Sun Wukong's mouth. After this period of battle, his strength skyrocketed by an unknown amount. Jiren didn't talk nonsense, his figure flashed, and he attacked Sun Wukong directly. Seeing Jiren's speed so fast, Sun Wukong did not hesitate and went up to meet him directly. Bang! The fists collided, and there was a loud noise, and the entire ring began to shake violently. Then it turned into a piece of suspended stone, floating in the boundless world. One red and one blue, the terrifying arrogance of two different colors illuminated the entire world of nothingness into red and blue colors. Ah! Ha Chuang! With a roar, the blue arrogance of Sun Wukong soared into the sky, as if to set the whole realm on fire. Come to General. Feeling the powerful breath of Sun Wukong, Jiren's brows could not help but wrinkle. This guy can still continue. Continue to get stronger. Chapter 196 God, so what? Originally, Jiren thought that he could easily eliminate Sun Wukong, but now it seems that there are variables. Kakarot, he's actually so strong. Damn it, when he followed the competition, he paddled again. Vegeta was very upset when she saw this. But he was not the only one who was unhappy, and Tuopo was also unhappy. He also played against Sun Wukong, but the opponent didn't seem to show his full strength at all. Damn you, look down on me. Gotta get you. Breaking through Topo, the god of destruction, he is very confident and is about to cross Vegeta. Want to go? Your opponent is me, I'm Vegeta. Topo, look down on people. Vegeta was furious. A man who was beaten up by himself, actually ignored him, which really made him angry. The body flashed out directly, blocking Tuopo's forward path. Bastard, since you are courting death, I will fulfill you. Topo was very angry with Vegeta, and he suddenly turned his heart, and decided to clean up the Saiyan in front of him first, and then solve the problem. Son Goku, this bastard. Then the figures of Topo and Vegeta began to burst into flames, fighting fiercely together. On Sun Wukong's side, 517 feet's hands were directly closed, and a terrifying energy wave blasted directly at Jiren. Super Turtle School Qigong Wave. Seeing the sky blue energy wave shoot in, Jiren frowned and punched him directly. Boom. The arena vibrated and shook. Jiren directly blasted Sun Wukong's Turtle Qigong Wave away, but just after the energy wave ended, Jiren saw Sun Wukong's Qigong Wave. The figure of Goku actually came to him. He directly punched out again. Boom. The collision of fist and fist. For a moment, the terrifying airwaves are like waves, constantly shaking towards the outside. Swinging out, the cracks turned into spikes. However, this thorny bulge disappeared when it reached the vicinity of Chumo and Minnows. These three are comparable to the powerhouses of angels, and there seems to be an invisible energy cover outside the body, which will affect all influences. Excluded. There is still such a powerful guy in the 7th universe, and he collided with Jiren, and he didn't lose at all. The king of the 11th universe said with a shocked expression. The shock wave just now also reached BDCD. In the audience seat next to the ring. Even with the barrier of the enchantment, you can still feel the horror in it. The deliciousness is also very sad to see. There are human players who surpass the god of destruction in the 7th universe, it is true. Too strong. In the ring, Jillian's eyes suddenly stared, and an invisible gust of wind created out of nothing, directly knocking Sun Wukong into the air. Go out. ZZZ. Hash. Sun Wukong wiped the ring with his feet and slid for dozens of meters, and finally his feet were deeply inserted into the ring ground. Down. However, Sun Wukong smiled. Hee. His body flashed directly, and he rushed towards Jiren again. Jiren seemed to want to get rid of Sun Wukong quickly, and his body shot out directly to meet Sun Wukong. Bang! The two figures, one red and one blue, collided like meteorites in the universe, slamming together heavily. This time the impact was several times stronger than before, and the already reinforced arena actually appeared again with a huge giant. Big gap. It's terrifying, these two humans are too strong. Even the god of destruction can't help but be shocked by the impact of Jiren and Sun Wukong. These two forces can only be blocked by the top figures among them. As the battle between Sun Wukong and Jiren became fierce, Topo became impatient, and Vegeta in front of him was. It's too difficult. Feeling the distraction of Topo, Vegeta was even more furious. This bastard, do you despise him? Vegeta suddenly accelerated, the figure flashed past, the right palm was aimed at Topo, and the blue energy ball came from the palm of the hand. Condensed, slammed directly into Topo's chest. However, Topo remained motionless, seeing that if the energy ball slammed into the chest, there was no intention of, to avoid it at all. Think. When the terrifying blue energy ball touched Topo's body, it was actually covered by the purple layer of Topo's body. The color arrogance disintegrated, and finally turned into a little starlight and disappeared. What's the situation? A look of surprise flashed across Vegeta's face. This is destructive energy, haven't tried it. Topo sneered, looking at Vegeta with disdain. In the auditorium, Beerus and Mimito stood up at the same time. But one was shocked and the other was delighted. Topo, show the results of your training to the bastards in Universe 7. You're not the only ones with high levels. Hand. Wei Mei smiled complacently. In his opinion, Topo, who has been promoted to the God of Destruction, can easily defeat Vegeta. What God of Destruction? I already possess the power of a god, so would I be afraid of you? Vegeta sneered. Then his fists clenched and opened, and a golden energy wave blasted directly at Topo. The ultimate flash. Destruction. In the face of Vegeta's terrifying energy wave, Topo took no hassle, and popped directly from his fingertips, a thumb-sized one. Purple energy ball. And the ultimate flash energy wave blasted by Vegeta, when touching the purple energy ball, instantly disappeared. However, Vegeta was not too surprised, just the same as before. Then the figure flashed and rushed directly to Topo. Can destroy energy, then see if you can continue to destroy his power. At the same time as Vegeta's figure flashed out, a dark blue halo filled his body, as if to protect him. Get up, like. I don't know whether to live or die. Since you are courting death, I don't mind. Topo looked at Vegeta who had shot over, and snorted coldly. Destroying energy is not just destroying energy, it can destroy everything in the universe. How can it be so simple? He has built a wall of destructive energy around his body at this moment. I am afraid Vegeta has not touched it yet. His body, Vegeta's fist, was destroyed by the destructive energy. However, that was also the other party's courting death, and he had no choice. In the next instant, Vegeta's figure appeared directly in front of Topo, shouting loudly, facing Topo. It's a punch. Topo's eyes narrowed. Since this guy is courting death, he can't blame him. As long as you don't kill people, it's fine, but you can't blame him for the lack of arms and legs. The other party asked for it by himself. Topo also punched Vegeta. Bang! The fists slammed together. A circle of terrifying energy waves are like ocean waves, layer by layer outward. Swept out. Chapter 197 Monkey King vs. Jiren. ZZ. Where the fists touched, there was a slight sound, as if something had been corroded. Soon, Vegeta felt a lot of heat coming out of his fist, and he couldn't help being surprised. And Topo, under the collision of this punch, his body kept retreating, even though his feet had been inserted into the ground. There were also 2 scratches as deep as the knee. Obviously, under the collision of power, even if Topo has become a god of destruction, he still does not occupy a trace of convenience. Nani? It's impossible, he actually. Topo looked shocked. He was not shocked by Vegeta's powerful strength, but the fact that the opponent was not hurt by the destructive energy. In other words, the destruction energy did not do much damage to Vegeta, and the intended destruction of Vegeta's hand. The arm situation didn't happen. One punch prevailed, and Vegeta's face showed a bloodthirsty sneer, and her body disappeared again. Rushed to Topo again. Just as flashes. Topo looked at Vegeta who had shot him, his left hand holding his right hand, and his right hand spread out 5 fingers, like a machine gun. Like Vegeta. Shish. A terrifying energy bomb quickly bombarded the past. Vegeta sneered, and did not intend to avoid it at all, and rushed directly to Topo. Boom, boom, boom. A puff of smoke swirled around, but Vegeta's figure was not affected at all, not even speed. Half point down. Vegeta was very proud. In order to defeat Chumo, he practiced hard, just for this moment. Bang! Vegeta's fist slammed into Topo's fat face, causing it to deform violently. The terrifying power once again caused Topo's stretched legs to keep retreating, but Vegeta's fist also appeared. After wisps of hot air, it was obviously still corroded by Torpo's destructive energy. But the energy of Super Saiyan Deep Blue is not weak, and it still managed to hold the top of the just breakthrough. Destroy energy. Vegeta, seeing this, she is even more proud, like a tireless and painless beast, facing the Topo continued to bombard the past. He has only one purpose, to eliminate Topo. How could this happen? Topo has already broken through the God of Destruction. Why is he still suppressed? The God of Destruction in Universe 11 is unbelievably delicious. How can this guy in Universe 7 become stronger and stronger? First it was Chumo, just now it was Sun Wukong, and now it was Vegeta. These three Saiyans have already controlled the entire power assembly, which is really unexpected. Good job, Vegeta, I didn't expect you to have such courage as a coward. Come on, kill this guy. Bizems couldn't help but admire the image of Vegeta, from the first time he saw Vegeta, and then he has been in the cultivation of Destruction God Star. In Beerus's mind, Vegeta was all that coward, and it wasn't until now that things changed. Bang! With another punch, Vegeta smashed Torpo and said disdainfully, "What God of Destruction, but still. One waste." Vegeta's mouth curled into a sneer. He has always taken the pursuit of Chumo as his ultimate goal, although he is not yet Chumo's opponent, or even still not Beerus' opponent, but he knew that he had grown to the point where he was not afraid of a normal God of Destruction. The joy in my heart can be imagined. This is my power right now, it's so cool. Damn bastard, I don't believe I can't win you. There was no smile on Torpo's face at this moment, only a coldness. Destruction. Then a palm blasted out, and a purple energy ball blasted directly at Gita. Seeing the purple God of Destruction energy ball coming, Vegeta didn't have the slightest fear. His body shook, and the outer layer of his body froze. A dark blue arrogance wrapped around it. Break it for me. The crisp sound of breaking the air sounded, and Vegeta's body passed directly through the destructive energy, and the speed was not affected at all. Influence. However, Tuopo was also a ruthless man, and he didn't even have much use in destroying energy, so he kicked his toes and charged forward. Boom! The two fists collided, and the entire arena shook violently, and the two were on the same level. Vegeta and Topo fought hard, and Sun Wukong and Jiren were not slow here. Sun Wukong roared loudly, his red hair fluttered in the wind, and the red arrogance surged like an ocean. Get moving. Sun Wukong didn't directly change into the form of free will, nor did he continue to maintain the super blue state, that would be too much. Exhausted. Now the real battle begins. Jiren also clenched his fists, and a layer of crimson energy arrogance appeared around him. The two energies collided, and the entire arena suddenly appeared, Dao blue lightning down. Not long after, the temperature of the entire ring began to rise, and a sizzling sound rang out. Sun Wukong's body flashed past, like lightning rushed out, pointing directly at Jiren. Jiren also stepped up with both feet and went up to meet him, and the ring was instantly cracked. The same red arrogance, like two meteorites, collided directly. Boom! In the next second, the terrifying vibration made the entire realm of nothingness tremble. The powerful air waves spread out circle after circle. Ha! Ha! Two figures also flew out backwards. It was Sun Wukong and Jiren, and the two were shocked and flew out by their respective strengths. Sun Wukong, you really didn't disappoint me. Jillian clenched his fists but felt bitter in his heart. If he couldn't defeat Sun Wukong, let alone challenge Chumo. Chumo lightly put his hand down, looking at the two guys who started the alliance again, with a smile on his face. It seemed that he didn't have it in mind. The more he is like this, the more scruples Radamantis and Minnows feel, and they dare not step forward. But the two of them didn't know, Chumo was also very embarrassed at this time, because he found out that Super Saiyan 5 feet S. The energy is too strong. I want to maintain Super Saiyan 5 on the basis of Super Saiyan, even if he is reluctantly. The two are different roots. Chumo forcibly merges them together. Even with infinite energy, it is a bit difficult to do. Unless he can make a further breakthrough in the realm of God, breakthrough directly to the 7th floor of the realm of God. Because the energy of Super Saiyan 5 completely surpasses the 6th layer of the realm of God, there is no corresponding power of God, It is difficult to control such a strong force. Chumo tried his best to calm himself down, and then faded his Super Saiyan state, leaving only Super Saiyan. Form of Person 5. Guang. Chapter 198 Another, A Zizai Ji Gong. Well, how did Chumo get rid of the realm of the gods? Virus was shocked when he noticed the change in Chumo. Is there something wrong with Chumo? It should be that this force is too strong, and the 6th layer of the realm of gods can't fully control it, but it has become a negative. Therefore, Chumo simply fought in the form of a Super Saiyan. Purely in terms of energy, Chumo has surpassed me. Weiss said lightly, but he wasn't discouraged by it at all. Energy beyond you. Impossible. Virus was shocked, he knew how powerful Weiss was. However, Chumo surpassed Weiss in a few decades. Who would dare to believe it? But the fact is in front of him, making him very speechless. Minos and Radamandus also noticed the change in Chumo, and they were a little happy, but they still didn't move. Hand. 150, because Chumo's aura was extremely powerful, the silver arrogance made them even more careful. And the smile on Chumo's face also gave them an illusion, as if they were deliberately waiting for them to attack. General. But I don't know, Chumo did this on purpose, and he is now trying to stabilize the state of this Super Saiyan 5. It is not a joke to want to control such a powerful energy, even Sun Wukong, Vegeta, and Sun Wufan. And only Sun Wukong can fully control it. Super 5 is not a panacea. After the transformation, the burden on the body and brain is too great, and it may be at any time due to died for this. Therefore, the time for Sun Gohan and Vegeta to transform is only 10 minutes, and only Sun Wukong can control each. A variety of emotions: joy, anger, sadness. Joy equals strength to prolong the transformation time. Originally, Chumo could control the power of Super Saiyan 5 with the state of the realm of God, but the realm was insufficient. Became a burden. So, he simply uses the state of Super Saiyan 5, which may last longer. It turns out that he was right. In a few minutes, he slowly controlled Super 5 Feet's power. If Minos and Radamandus knew that they were stunned by Chumo's empty city plan, they would be depressed. He vomited 3 liters of blood. It's all to blame that Chumo's fascinated smile is so shameless. Come again. After Sun Wukong and Jillian both flew upside down, the two shouted again, and the two figures sprinted towards each other again. Come. In less than a second, the two fought fiercely again. Sun Wukong understands very well that in the fight against a strong man like Jiren, no moves will work, only the hardest ones will work. Fist, to solve the problem. Jiren is the same, directly using the strongest power. He wants to eliminate Sun Wukong as soon as possible. He didn't expect that Sun Wukong had grown to this level. Sun Wukong is very grateful to Chumo at this time. If it weren't for his stimulation, his strength would not be so great. Progress. Before the power conference, Sun Wukong only had potential, but after several battles, his potential was fully realized. For the sake of strength, he fought on a par with Jiren. For the sake of all life in the 11th universe, I will definitely defeat you, Vegeta. Tuopo's eyes flashed fiercely, his hands were raised above his head, and a huge energy ball appeared. To be outdone, Vegeta directly condensed a huge golden energy ball, the entire sky of the boundless world. It seems to have become a purple and a gold, 2 colors. Go. Die. The two of them shouted at the same time, and they blasted out energy balls in unison. Boom. The 2 energy balls collided together, and the sky was filled with lightning, which was constantly slashing down on the arena. Vegeta and Topo's faces were covered with blue veins, their foreheads were covered in sweat, and they kept breathing heavily. Come. Apparently both are starting to reach their limits. Ah, ha. Topo struggled to stand up, roaring loudly, and a purple energy wave blasted out from his hand again. Yeah, the ultimate flash. Not to be outdone, Vegeta forcibly lifted the chi in her body and blasted out golden energy waves. Two energy waves violently collided in the middle, and dazzling rays of light radiated out. Boom. The next moment, the terrifying power of the explosion sounded, and the soaring air waves spread out in all directions, and shattered all the cracked stones into pieces. Seeing that both Gita and Topo have done their best, their bodies are weak and tired, and they are unable to avoid this. A powerful wave. Bang. Bang. The air waves hit the two of them directly. Poof. Poof. Two bloody arrows spewed out. Vegeta and Topo were instantly seriously injured, and their bodies flew out backwards. Then, the two could only watch their bodies fly out of the ring. Like two butterflies, so helpless. Huh. Two voices, the figures of Vegeta and Topo appear in the auditorium of Universe 7 and Universe 11 at the same time. Superior. Both of them were half lying, and they didn't even have the strength to get up. Vegeta from Universe 7 and Topo from Universe 7 are out at the same time. There are 5 remaining in the ring. The voice of the great priest sounded. Wow, how wonderful. King Quan clapped his little hands and stood up, and threw his hands out like Vegeta and Topo. Whis hurried over to heal Vegeta, as did Makarita, who healed Topo. Vegeta. Sun Wukong watched Vegeta fly out of the ring with a strong shock in his heart. This guy is a very proud person, able to take his last breath. That's fine. Topo, don't worry, there's me too. There was a flash of determination in Jiren's eyes. He must win. Bang. Ji Lian punched Sun Wukong back dozens of meters, without any pause, kicked the ground with both feet, and continued to charge past. Go. The fist was directly aimed at Sun Wukong's chest. When the fist was less than 1 meter away from Sun Wukong, a strand of black suddenly appeared in Sun Wukong's red hair. And a lot of heat came out of the whole body, and the gorgeous arrogance continued to emit. Sun 1.7 Wukong suddenly flashed to the side, as if he was slowed down dozens of times in an instant. Jiren's. The fist slams in like slow motion. Shish. Jiren's fists kept rubbing Sun Wukong's body, and in a few seconds, he fired tens of thousands of punches. But none of the punches hit the figure of Sun Wukong, as if it were hit in the air. Jillian frowned, and Sun Wukong gave him a very similar feeling to Chumo before. In the extreme intention. Beerus, Umid, Ewan and other gods were shocked, and another Saiyan realized this. Is this Saiyan dead? These gods of destruction have been around for hundreds of millions of years, and few have comprehended it. Even Beerus isn't perfect. Chapter 199 Super Saiyan 5 vs God's Power Level 7. Good job, Sun Wukong. We must defeat that guy Jiren. Beerus exclaimed excitedly. Such a form was very beneficial to them in the 7th universe. Lord Beerus, things are not that simple. Zizai Ji Gong is extremely energy consuming. If you can't defeat Jiren in a short period of time, I'm afraid that in the end, you will lose your strength and you won't be able to fight again. Weiss looked worried, but soon became happy again. Because he took out a spicy stick. As the second of the Saiyans, Kakarot, you can't lose. Vegeta clenched his fists, and after some treatment, he finally regained his physical strength. Come on, Dad. The two brothers, Sun Wufan and Sun Wushan, shouted loudly for Sun Wukong. However, Sun Wukong in the ring seemed to have heard nothing and kept flexibly dodging Jiren's attacks. It seems easy. Damn, this guy's speed. Jiren is very helpless. He is already the fastest, but he still has nothing to do with Sun Wukong. Suddenly Jiren felt a strong threat, and hurriedly retracted his arms to block his temples. Bang! However, the figure of Sun Wukong suddenly appeared on the left side of Jiren, and his fist slammed directly like lightning. Fortunately, Jiren made a prejudgment in advance, otherwise if the punch was hit, even if he didn't die, he would be injured. At this moment, Jiren only felt a sharp pain coming from his arm, and his body was suddenly smashed and flew out. Although Sun Wukong's fist did not directly hit Jiren's temple, Jiren was still shocked by his own arm. A moment of dizziness hit his temples. Ji Lian was startled, and quickly shook his head vigorously before finally regaining his senses. Jiren clearly felt that Sun Wukong's strength and speed had improved a lot after he performed the ultimate inspiration technique. Sun Wukong saw that Jiren was kicked out by himself, and his figure turned into a silver streamer again, rushing towards Jiren's body. Location. This guy, his strength has improved a lot, but because of this, he is still not perfect at ease. I don't know if it's good or bad. Looking at Sun Wukong's form, Chumo couldn't help but be speechless. It seems that his appearance has still affected many. West. Suddenly, the fighting spirit on Chumo's body was unprecedentedly high, and he glanced at the bronze face who was walking slowly. On the equipped Rhodamandus. The guy finally couldn't take it anymore. In this spacious arena, the 8th universe's Rhodamandus seems very calm. Then take you to confirm the strength of Super Saiyan 5. Thinking so in my heart, Chumo suddenly stepped forward, his body flickered, and he had appeared to Rhodamandus. Forward. Without needing too many words, Chumo took the initiative to attack. With a bang, the silver light floated, and a shattering chant sounded. In the face of Chumo's attack, Minnows had no plans to start together, and Rhodamandus seemed to be too early. When you are ready, simply take a step forward and stretch out your arm towards Chumo. Bang! The two fists slammed together, and in an instant, a sharp whirlwind like a sharp blade spread out against the colliding plane. Scattered out. It's like the illusion of thousands of pieces of satin, which are densely packed, shaking the whole world of nothingness. Quick! After the hit, Chumo didn't think too much, but quickly disengaged, pulling away quite a distance from each other. Distance. Then stand where Rhodamandus is opposite and stare at the opponent. Sure enough, this Rhodamandus is also the 7th floor of the realm of God, and it is no better than his own Super Saiyan 5. Weak. Shaking his slightly trembling arm, Chumo's expression became solemn. At this time, Rhodamandus didn't intend to do so, only to see a lavender halo rolled up all over his body. The whole person quickly disappeared from the place. Bang bang bang. The indistinct afterimage of Rhodamandus spread all over the line of sight. Looking at the position where the other party disappeared, Chumo's two eyes kept turning, almost instinctively. In response, the body retreated in an arc. Then it was a little empty, and it had already jumped into the sky. Looking up high, the bottom is the most panoramic view. But Rhodamandus dominated all universes hundreds of millions of years ago, and he is extremely experienced in combat. When he noticed it, he was already behind Chumo, and a violent attack came from behind Chumo. However, just when the fist was about to fall on Chumo, Chumo suddenly settled down and realized. He is like a flexible elf, who is beautiful and very willing to work. The corner of his mouth climbed to a bend, and suddenly a qigong wave hit the void in the opposite direction. Dragon Fist. Unreservedly, a lifelike golden dragon soared into the sky, pierced through the void, and hit Radha head-on. Mandy's. Click. As if even the space was shattered, a short-sighted flower suddenly bloomed in the void. Rhodamandus' reaction speed was also very fast. Almost at the moment of being attacked, he covered his chest with his arms, lightly. The purple fluorescence suddenly brightened. Reacted so quickly and took my dragon fist. Your strength is at least the 7th floor of the realm of gods. The middle and upper level, I just don't know how many attacks you can take from me. Chumo's handsome cheeks showed a hint of excitement, and he continued to wave his fists at the void. Crack. A substantive touch came from the tip of 237 feet's fist, and an endless mist of water appeared in the sky, but it was this thin layer of water. The thin water mist blocked Chumo's several attacks. Monument. Bang. Bang. Boom. After each impact, a violent explosion erupted, and the air was extremely compressed and suddenly shattered. After a while, the sturdy arena became pitted, and thick white dust was swept up by the violent strong wind. The figures of Chumo and Rhadamandus kept flashing, appearing and disappearing, making people dazzled. In the viewing area, the god of destruction and the contestants who were eliminated could not help but take a deep breath. This strength has surpassed them too much, making them feel ashamed. On the other hand, Sun Wukong and Jiren also fought fiercely. With his feet, his body was like a blaze, and he jumped into the air to avoid Sun Wukong's attack. _. Failing to hit, Sun Wukong also touched the ground with both feet and jumped up. Jiren's figure jumped high and appeared in the air, looking at Sun Wukong who was following, palm down. Ah! Ha! Powerful energy was condensed in the palms, and dozens of crimson energy light waves blasted out instantly. Chapter 200 Jiren breaks out. Sun Wukong looked at the dozens of energy light waves that Jillian blasted down, his brows tightened, his body kept shaking from side to side, and he easily avoided all these energy light waves. It's my turn too. Afterwards, Sun Wukong also pushed up with his palms, and also dozens of silver energy light waves blasted up. Two powerful energy light waves collided directly, and a strong energy explosion appeared in the sky, covering it faintly. After the battle of Chumo and Rhadamandus. Then the figures of Sun Wukong and Jiren rushed into the center of the violent explosion almost at the same time. Bang! 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 The deep voice of the fist to the meat continued to sound, and sonic boom circles appeared in various places in the endless smoke and dust. In the ring, whenever a sonic boom sounded, a crack appeared in the ring, which was extremely powerful. Boom! The two fists collided heavily again, and the splendid fireworks and endless smoke and dust were all shaken by powerful air waves. Ha! Ha! The two figures retreated together, standing on the broken rock in the ring, respectively, staring at each other. I can't even win Sun Wukong. I don't believe it. I will never lose. I still have to challenge that guy. I can't win. I'll have nothing. I can't lose. A crazy look appeared on Jiren's face, and his whole body began to tremble. He wants to become the strongest. He wants to defeat Chumo. He wants to kill the enemy. He must not be eliminated by King Quan just like that. Absolutely not. Ah! Ah! Jiren roared angrily, like a beast, like roar. The entire arena trembled, and even Jillian's battle uniform shattered into countless pieces. Then Jiren's body began to swell, and the crimson arrogance was like magma, and instantly swept the entire arena. What a tough guy. Did he break through again? In the audience seat of Universe 7, Vegeta and the others' faces changed drastically. This kind of terrifying and violent aura seems to be similar to what Chumo and Rhadamandus emit, and it also gives them a feeling of breathing. Fortunately, there is a barrier set up by the Great Priest to protect it, otherwise, they all feel as if they can't survive. This guy, he can achieve this level purely by, what a monster. Beerus' eyes also stared. Jiren's strength already made him feel a strong threat. The gods of destruction of the First Universe, Fifth Universe, 8th Universe, 12th Universe, and 11th Universe all stand. He got up, his eyes fixed on Jiren's body. Such a breath, such a powerful force, they couldn't help but admire. Giggle, it seems that Chumo's pure strength is stronger. Look at his silver-haired form, he's really manly. He's so handsome. Vados was a little crazy. Every inch of Chumo's muscles seemed to tug at her, as if to say, "Eon baby." Weiss was speechless. This is his old sister. It's too embarrassing. However, when he thought of Chumo's so many delicious food, Weiss calmed down again. It seems that it would be a good thing to have such a relative. It seems that Sun Wukong's troubles are only starting to appear now. Weiss said lightly, such Jiren has become much stronger than Sun Wukong. Jiren's breath at the moment is almost the same as that of Sun Wukong who has used the ultimate freedom. Even higher. And Sun Wukong's imperfect freedom and extreme willpower consumes too much. If he can't get rid of Jiren quickly, he must be the one who loses in the end. King Quan looked very excited at the moment. His small eyes looked at Chumo's side, and then at Sun Wukong's side, feeling that he was too busy. Wow Kaka, this big-eyed guy seems to be getting stronger. Sun Wukong and Big-eyed are both super powerful. King Quan watched with enthusiasm and excitement. At this time, except for the position of Chumo and the others, the entire arena was a sea of flames, with crimson flames everywhere. Sun Wukong's face became solemn, and he completely felt that Jiren's strength had surpassed him by a lot. But he is not afraid, although it is very difficult, but he can take this opportunity to further improve his imperfect self-effort. Come on, Jillian. Sun Wukong said in a serious tone. Ah. Jiren was still roaring, and Sun Wukong didn't bother. After the shouting ended, Jiren's body burst out, so fast that only a red light was left, and it was impossible to see his figure clearly. Almost instantly, Jiren's figure appeared in front of Sun Wukong, and then kicked away quickly. Sun Wukong's reaction was also extremely fast, and he also swept across with one kick. Bang! The 2 feet touched each other, and the arena around their bodies collapsed to a depth of tens of meters in an instant, and countless rubble flew up. This is still the great priest reinforced the strength of the ring. Otherwise, this is enough to destroy the energy of one, and directly destroy the boundless world. Boom! Sun Wukong shot backwards, his feet were deeply inserted into the ground, and the veins on his arms violently rioted, obviously taking a big hit. Jiren's side was the same, shooting backwards, with his feet on the ground, his forehead was full of sweat. I won't let it happen again, definitely not. Jillian shouted, suddenly kicked his feet hard, his body was like a snake, he leapt high, and punched Sun Wukong with a heavy punch. Sun Wukong couldn't hold his breath for a while, so he could only raise his arms high above his head. Boom! Jiren's heavy punch slammed into Sun Wukong's arms, and the arena instantly became violent. The complete arena turned into a big pit, countless flying stones splashed, and cracks like spider webs spread out in all directions. All destroyed. However, the big Jiao Jiao priest had one pair of hands, and the ring was restored again. His eyes looked at the positions of Sun Wukong and Jiren, and a flash of surprise flashed. He never thought that Sun Wukong and Jiren could reach this level, no less than the strongest god of destruction Beerus and Keetra. Humans do have potential. In the next second, the ground under Sun Wukong's feet cracked a hole several meters in size, and his body fell directly. Kakarot. Vegeta was shocked. Is Sun Wukong going to lose? Dad. Goku. Brother Chi-Chi and Son Gohan shouted. Jillian, eliminate Monkey King soon, don't delay the time. The god of destruction in Universe 11 roared loudly, and if he dragged it further, Jiren would endanger Han. You lose, Sun Wukong. Jiren shouted and jumped up with his body,